Introducing the two-way V4, where groundbreaking fuel cell technology meets fresh foam cushioning for the ultimate performance. With Fuel Cell, each step feels explosive, delivering unparalleled energy return. Paired with fresh foam, experience maximum comfort throughout the game. Its lightweight textile upper offers support and breathability without sacrificing agility. Whether you're hitting the clutch shot or locking down the opposition, the two-way V4 gives you the tools to play at a high level. Learn more and purchase the two-way for yourself at newbalance.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
All right, places, please. The Daly Migs Show is on deck. Guitars plugged in. Drums ready to go. Chickens.
They're clucking.
Other animals. And action.
This is the Daly Migs Show on The Rock with Taryn Daly and Steve Migs.
While listening to the Daly Migs Show, please refrain from any unnecessary finger gesturing.
99.9 KISW.
Well, good morning, Rockaholics, and a very happy Monday, one and all. Steve Migs, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm alive, which is half the battle this morning. Can I just quickly say to everybody a little public service announcement?
Yeah.
Secure your load, please.
Whoa. Excuse me?
There was someone on the road on 405 coming in, not 405, on 167, some old dude in a pickup, and he had like those two steel barrels, in the back.
Oh, yeah.
And they weren't secured, and they just flew off, and I'm right next to the dude.
Are you kidding me?
Dude, my heart was going like that.
Did you see anything crazy in your rearview mirror?
Not flames, sparks, but massive sparks. Like once it hit the
cow.
Thank God there's no cars behind us. Like nobody got hit by it. Oh. But I just look at this guy and he's just like, barely his eyes are above the steering wheel, and he's an older dude, really old. And then I kept checking my rearview mirror and I just saw him like slowly veer off to like get off the side of the road. I think he was just like, oh crap. And then I'm thinking, what are you going to do?
Oh.
Are you going to get out of your car and go get it? Secure your load.
Listen to our friend Steve Migs this morning, Rockaholics. And now it is time to get informed.
Knowledge is power. So give us 5-ish minutes and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daly Migs Download.
AKA the DMD.
Here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
And the DMD is brought to you by Palace Law today. Sadly, I can say I've celebrated this many times. Today is National Shower with a Friend Day.
Nice. Is that to conserve water?
I don't know if it is for anyone else, but for me, it was because we were playing hockey, and after the hockey game, we all take a shower, and sometimes they have those shared showers, and you just hang out in there and BS.
Regular hockey, not tonsil hockey?
Oh, let's keep moving, because today is also proclaimed as National Fart Day, and I will punish you now for that joke. I'm just kidding. Last night, some maybe feel they were being punished watching it. I thought it was actually a really good Grammy Awards. 95% of the artists, I didn't even know who the hell they were, or
Same.
I barely knew them, but I thought the performances were great, and a bunch of people won awards. Of course, Taylor Swift won the big award. Billie Eilish also won a big award as well. Miley Cyrus, she won a couple, her first two ever. For those that did wonder what the hell was going on in the world of rock music, well, I think we're still wondering. Because was it the Boy Genius, that all-female supergroup that doesn't really rock? For some reason, they won Best Rock Performance. But shout out to Metallica. They did win Best Metal Performance for their record 72 seasons.
Horns up. So rapper Killer Mike, his real name is Michael Render, and he was reportedly escorted out of the Grammys in handcuffs after getting into some sort of a physical altercation with one of the security guards at the event. And it kind of surprises me because he should have been in a really good mood considering he won 3 awards earlier in the night.
That was the craziest part. I saw the footage of him being escorted out. I'm like, well, sucks for him. Probably didn't even win a Grammy for insult to injury. And then I realized he won 3 Grammys.
Best rap song, best rap performance, and best rap album, and then got himself arrested during the telecast.
I mean, you didn't have to stick around and watch the performance if you didn't want to. You didn't have to get arrested for it. Hey, exciting news for us Seahawks fans. They now have an assistant coach. It's going to be Leslie Frazier. He's been in the NFL forever, like 25 years of coaching experience. He was a guy that a lot of teams wanted. I think 4 teams were trying to get him to join on to be an assistant coach. And well, he ended up going with the Seahawks because of his relationship with Mike McDonald. And a lot of people believe, hey, our new coach is a young dude, 36 years old. He's going to need some kind of veteran coaching experience by his side. And well, they nailed it. A lot of people are saying this is a home run pickup for the Seattle Seahawks.
A very nice balance. In the world of sports, also, the Chicago White Sox traded reliever Gregory Santos to our Seattle Mariners in exchange for 2 minor leaguers. Santos is 24, had a 3.39 ERA and 5 saves in his 60 appearances for the White Sox last season, so that's good news for us.
Hopefully that could lead to somebody,
Please.
getting some saves for the Mariners. So maybe they can win more games. Man, so Danny, I'd imagine you're pretty fired up about this. Seattle just announced they're going to host 6 matches for the FIFA World Cup in 2026. A whole bunch of stuff is going on. I think the main games are happening over at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, but Seattle's one of the 16 sites that are going to have some games, right?
It's so exciting, and especially because we get to host a U.S. men's team group stage, which that game is going to be insane here.
So as you're a season ticket holder now, right?
Yes.
Do you have a chance of getting these tickets? I got to imagine these are going to be hard tickets to get.
I don't know, and
Okay.
I'm hoping I do. I'm going to save up for 2 years to buy these tickets, but yeah, I'm hoping they give us some kind of first dibs opportunity.
Is the price tag on a World Cup ticket pretty steep?
I don't know, but
imagine.
I'm assuming so. My friend went to the World Cup, or my cousin went to the World Cup in Brazil, and he couldn't even get into the stadium because they were so pricey.
Holy
And this town
smokes.
kind of likes soccer, so I
Little
think it's going to do okay.
Patrick Mahomes Sr. is the father of the Kansas City Chiefs quarterback. He was arrested for driving while intoxicated in Texas. This comes just a week before the Super Bowl.
That's nice.
And it's his 3rd arrest on DWI charges. He's got a bond set at $10,000, and we're not sure if he's even going to be at the Super Bowl now.
That's real nice of you to kind of add no distractions to your son's upcoming Super Bowl performance. I got to say, I don't know what's up with Patrick Mahomes. Does he have nerves of steel or just the ultimate... Everything just kind of flies off of his back, in one ear, out the other. He's got a crazy brother. His dad clearly is not much fun. His wife has been known to cause some issues in the past, and yet he still shows up every game and performs at the top of his abilities.
Just keeps the blinders on. That's
no matter
all.
how hard his family tries to make him fail, he continues to succeed in spite of them. Hey, exciting news for those that like going to gentlemen's clubs because, the Washington State Liquor and Cannabis Board, big news, temporarily have suspended Washington's quote-unquote lewd conduct law, which would mean that it looks very likely that Washington will be able to sell some booze in the gentlemen's clubs. I guess we're the only state in the nation that prohibits alcohol sales in entertainment venues like strip clubs.
That was what shocked me so much, is I feel like we would be more on the progressive side of that, and here we are, being the last ones.
I do love they say the move is seen as a potential boost for the struggling strip club industry. You think if you actually let people drink at a strip club, you think people might start showing
I'll
up
go
to them?
right now. I'll go right now.
Hey, as far as whether they're not open yet, if they are, I don't know if you want to go to those strip clubs. 47 degrees is going to be our high. It's going to rain today. Thanks to SeattleBoatShow.com for giving us the Daily Migs download. And that's what's up.
There is a neighborhood in Bellevue that was a bit freaked out when they discovered one of their neighbors had a bomb. You're going to hear what happened at 6:20.
The Daily Mix Show.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader, like that car riding your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
Imagine the relief of securing fair compensation for an accident you were in, where the insurance companies aren't dictating what's good enough and your injuries and suffering are truly acknowledged. Whether it's an auto accident, a workplace injury, or slip and fall, Phillips Law Firm has dedicated over 2 decades to ensuring their clients receive the rightful compensation and attention they deserve. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today or visit justiceforyou.com. They don't win, you don't pay. Phillips Law Firm, justice for you.
Rockaholics, what was the strangest thing you discovered on your property or maybe in your neighborhood? 206-803-ROCK. Give us a call and tell us all about it right now. The reason we're asking...
I'm assuming this has nothing to do with like a gnome or something like that, right? Okay.
No. This is wild. The Bellevue Bomb Squad was contacted about a military-grade rocket just hanging out in a resident's garage. And it was later determined it was no threat. But that's a pretty wild thing to have in your garage.
It's got to be like old Bellevue. I don't think any of the newer people in Bellevue are rocking bombs in their front lawn.
But what's crazy is it wasn't the person in Bellevue that called the Bellevue Bomb Squad. It was a museum, the Air Force Museum in Dayton, Ohio. So the police had been contacted by this museum because a Bellevue resident had expressed an interest in donating this item that had once been owned by a neighbor.
So did he keep it like in a garage, I wonder?
That's what it sounds like.
Okay, so it wasn't on the front lawn. Because I don't know why I was just picturing like this big... Because you see
like
it...
a shrine.
If you look at the pictures, it's not like a small little thing. It's pretty epic looking, and it definitely has a historic vibe to it because of how old it is.
So it says it's a Douglas Air 2 Genie rocket.
Oh, I was looking for an Air 1.
And it was designed for air-to-air use with a nuclear warhead, which in this case is not with the rocket.
That's why
which is good.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to buy it. Come back to me when you have the fully functioning bomb, please.
So there was no explosive hazard at all. Totally safe. And yeah, it's pretty wild. Now they're going to maybe have it displayed in this museum.
Okay, that's kind of cool. Actually, and I wonder if the deceased person, they'd be happy to know that they're whatever they were, for whatever reason they're holding. I'd imagine they were just a collector. It's a cool conversation piece that they'd be happy to know now it's being on display at a museum as opposed to just being trashed.
Well, yeah, I mean, it will be appreciated on a completely different level now rather than just sitting in somebody's house.
If you look at it, though, it does look like a prop from like a Star Wars sci-fi film. Like it just beat up looking. It looks like something like, one of like those little fighter ships would have like sent out against like the Millennium Falcon or something along those lines.
It's pretty dope. Have you ever found anything weird in your yard, Steve?
I mean, random things from the crows.
Oh, because they like drop them in there, like presents?
That's my guess. Or my neighbors are just slobs and they just throw whatever they want into our backyard. But it's always like random, like a wiffle ball.
But no artifacts.
No, I mean, like, do you count like a chicken wing bone as like an artifact? That was weird because my wife's like, at first she was just like, do you have something you need to tell me? Like, as if like I'm hanging out in the backyard, like just triggering up some chicken wings, eating them and disposing of the evidence. Like I'm hiding that I'm eating meat or something. Like, I'm like, no, I'm like, first of all, you don't care if I did decide to start eating meat again. It's not like it's like there's like this weird, but I thought it was funny. She's just like, any reason why there's some chicken wings in the backyard?
How dare you?
I was like, I invited some friends over. We got crazy. We were playing pickleball and eating chicken wings, and we left the evidence. What about you? Because you live on a farm. So in my development, it's relatively new. Not a lot of weird stuff is going on just yet.
So the place, the property we bought had been foreclosed on for years. So when we moved in there, we had some trees taken down. It really needed a lot of work to get it kind of cleaned up and ready to go. But the amount of weird trash that we found, or just things that had been left behind, we found a boat trailer that was like buried in the ground.
Does it work?
I mean, no. We had to have an excavator like dig it out and get it out of there in like a big, one of those big like trash receptacle things. And then we found an entire car door also buried in the dirt.
Do you know what the people who used to live there used to do?
No idea.
Other than just bury random things?
No idea. Those were a couple of things. There was one time there was
a dump. Let's just bury these things.
There was one time that a bag of stolen property was found on our property by our contractor who was helping us do the work to be able to move in. He called me up and he said, "Did you leave a bag of like jewelry and there's like an ID and a wallet in here?" And I was like, "No, I don't know what that is."
If they asked Danny the same question, he would have said, "Yes, whatever it is, yes, give it to me." Wallet, is there money in it? Yeah. Are there diamonds on this jewelry?
Well,
yes.
So then we had to go over there and look at it and call the police and say, "Hey, there's like stolen property here." Wow. And so the cops came and got it, and they told us it would be smart of you to stay on the property, even though we weren't living there yet. It'd be smart of you to stay on the property and like kind of show that there's life happening here, because someone's probably going to try to come back for it, and they probably won't come back for it if they see that there's people there. Well, guess what?
Well, that's very nerve-wracking.
And guess what happened?
I'd be thinking the opposite. They're coming back regardless.
Well, and they did. And so Brad and I are sitting up. We're playing guitar around the fire, playing a game of cribbage, totally chilling. And all of a sudden we see a flashlight coming up the driveway. And I'm like, oh my God. I turned to Brad. I'm like, I'm panicking. We're going to get stabbed. I don't know what's happening here.
Well, at least you guys seem very intimidating playing guitar and cribbage.
Yeah, we're very scary. Very scary. I'm surprised we didn't scare him away with our singing.
Scare off some intruders and playing a solid game of cribbage.
But then the guy comes up, and I'm like sweating. I'm sweating, and I have my phone out because I'm like, I'm going to call the police officer that came. And I'm sitting there, and he goes, hey, did you guys find a bag of stuff? And we're like, yeah. And he was looking straight up methy, like it was a little methy.
Right.
And so I'm panicking. And he's like, well, that was my stuff. Where is it? And I said, well, we called the police and gave it to the police. And he was like, why would you do that? That was my stuff. Why would you do that? And I'm like, you know what? I've got the police. I've got the number of the cop right here. Would you like me to tell him that there was a big mistake and we can get it back? And he's like, yes.
Oh,
yes.
Let's go.
So I start emailing the cop. I'm like, his name is Carl. He's 6'1". He's blonde. I'm just texting him a full description of the guy.
Right. Did you try and sneak a picture too?
No, I didn't even think to sneak a picture. But then, so he took off.
I mean, you were very knee deep in your cribbage game. I can understand that things were. It's hard to focus.
He took off, and we never saw him again. And there was no follow up at all. I think he must have like come to or something like that, gotten a little sober, and
thought better of it.
Well, I'm not going to connect with the cops on this one.
See, well, you always hear those stories when like someone who's like high on something goes and calls the cops. Now we understand why. Like they're just so, it's like somebody stole my stuff and then they find out that it was like a bunch of drugs. This guy's like, I want my stolen stuff back.
Yeah, so that was our story about finding something crazy on our property with stolen stuff. We're talking about the guy that had an old bomb, a rocket in his garage that he's now donating to a museum in Dayton, Ohio. So we want to ask you, Rockaholics, 206-803-ROCK. What was the strangest thing that you discovered in your neighborhood or on your property? We're going to take your calls after Green Day.
The Daily Migs Show. The Daily Migs Show.
206-803-ROCK. What is the strangest thing that you discovered in your neighborhood or on your property?
Texts are coming in, and one person said the weird thing in my old neighborhood was the house right behind us. They were making adult toys in their kitchen and hanging them up in their windows.
What?
I never knew of a mom and pop adult toy maker, but hey, here we are.
I mean, do you bake them?
I guess it depends on what the toy is.
It's like a mold,
right?
Of some sort?
I mean, maybe it's like clay, and you have to like kind of keep it heated. I have no idea. We'll have to track this neighbor down.
I like that it was in the windows, though. Like
he said, when we lived in Arlington many years ago, when you rented from my wife's godmother, right behind their house, we rented. There was another house, and it was the uncle of her godbrother's friend. Him and his wife made so many different shapes and sizes, and they weren't selling them. They were just for their own personal use.
Fun
fact, also, I guess the wife was a man at one point, and I guess, oh wow, so lots of stuff going on with that neighborhood.
I wonder if there's like a limitation on the amount of time that you can use a homemade toy. Like maybe that's why they were cranking them out all the time.
Oh, so there's an expiration
like 3
date?
uses or?
I'm not going to ever ask to follow up that question. But that is a very strange thing.
I mean, I kind of like it.
And at what point do you say, babe, I think we have enough toys?
Or like, let's just buy them from a professional.
Yeah, well, I mean, some things are cheaper if you just make them yourself.
Like bread.
Yeah, pasta. I mean, we talked about that where Sarah went to that place where they were charging like $100 for basically a whole thing of pasta, and someone texted in saying, I can make that for 70 cents.
70 cents is a steal.
Compared to $90-something. Absolutely.
So my parents, growing up, we lived off of like 107th and Linden in North Seattle. And we were one time digging around in the garden, and there was like this woodshed and all that. And we started finding these like little bricks that had people's names and then like their their birth date and then their death date on it.
Huh.
And we were like, I'm like, first of all, thinking, is this a graveyard? It wasn't. They were just like markers or something like that. But then when we kept digging,
is there like a serial killer thing where they're like, this is the date I'll be done with you?
Oh my God.
That's a horror movie like we could write.
But we probably found like 15 or 20 of these bricks that had like names of people with their birth date and their death date.
So what'd you do with those bricks?
I don't even remember.
Could have built something with it.
Like a little, like
in
a cool
honor
little,
of them.
yeah.
I'd feel weird getting rid of them, like trashing them.
Yeah,
Well,
now you might be haunted.
I don't
by
even know.
those people.
But we were, okay, also.
Oh, this is the new movie, The
we lived-
Bricklayers.
We lived very close to Evergreen Washelli, the cemetery.
Uh-huh.
And so that was like where I learned how to ride a bike. That was where we used to do a lot of like family adventures. So maybe
That's
I am
entirely
haunted.
normal.
That's so normal.
To have family adventures at a cemetery.
Well, it's very safe if you're a kid. There's not like a bunch of traffic. You don't have to ride in the street.
I don't know if I'd ever send my kid off to go play in a cemetery. That's just me personally. I'm not here to judge.
I mean, we did for a little while. But I just remember finding those bricks and being like, our house has got to be haunted.
What if you had to find the bricks and put them and bring them to the cemetery and find the person? Like, I don't know if this is like some kind of a really bad scavenger hunt.
A really haunted scavenger hunt.
A very haunted scavenger hunt. Somebody says I used to live in one of Gary Ridgway's old houses. The FBI showed up and dug up my entire front and backyard looking for bodies, and they never found anything, but they did leave my yard destroyed right after that. We moved. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to live in like a house that was once... unless it's a really nice house and I got a good deal.
It would be nice to know that they didn't find anything, but just the fact that the what's the word? Like the spirit of Gary Ridgway would probably still be there a little bit.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
Speaking of heavy, I mean, the one thing we discovered in our neighborhood is, well, there's a certain person that made news for doing something really bad when he was once it's a big story. I don't want to get too detailed about it, but like he was there's younger people were involved. And,
oh no!
Yeah, and it's just like you don't know that until it happens. No one gives you like a heads up until one neighbor finds out, and then everybody finds out, and then everyone in our neighborhood now got like signs like saying supporting like the kids.
Oh wow!
And so this person is like living on house arrest in our development, and it's just like, well, this is strange. Like, this is nothing that we wanted to have happen in our... you never want that to happen.
Don't invite them to the block party.
No. You don't want to do anything.
No.
You're just like, I don't even see the person. It's just, oh, man. But, yeah, it is... Funny is not the right term, but it's interesting to know once word spread, because then all of a sudden you just go take your dog out for a walk, and like neighbors that you've never had a conversation with want to let you know. And you're
yeah.
We're like, yes, you're like the 30th neighbor that has told us this. But then, of course, it goes on that conversation of like, what the F? Why did we have to deal with this? And you're like, yeah, I know. I'm not.
Think about all the stuff that you might not know about your neighbors out there.
There's
probably a lot of neighbors with crazy secrets.
Well, that's the thing I told my wife when obviously we're all freaking out about it, and I'm like, in our old development, there probably were this was going on as well. It's just that this person's in the news. You know what I mean? Because of the story, and it's just like, but if we go online, I bet we could find a lot of these situations, and it'll probably make us never. We want to move in with you guys, and where the worst situation is a random meth guy just wants to get his diamond necklace back.
God, that was so bonkers. I also forgot in that bag of stolen things was a baseball card collection, and I'm like, I didn't even know that baseball cards were still being collected.
Do you think he just stole a bunch of stuff that he thought was of value?
That he was going to pawn it or something?
And then he looked at this baseball card collection, maybe saw, I don't know, like a Ken Griffey Jr. card or like a I don't know, Barry Bonds. He's like, that might be worth something. I could buy a lot of meth with these baseball cards.
So bonkers.
Is there a barter system where you could trade in your meth for baseball cards?
Probably.
I'm sure there is, right?
Yeah,
you could probably trade a lot of things for meth.
That is a very strange thing that he took.
So weird.
And it still blows my mind that he showed up to your house.
Oh my God, I thought we were going to die.
With a flashlight. Like, that's the part where it's just like, oh my gosh, this guy's here.
Yeah, it was one of the freakiest moments of my life. I didn't think it was going to end well, but it was fine.
I would have absolutely just called the cop right there. Like, I was just like, you know what? I don't want to deal with this. Like, the fact that you guys actually try to like have this conversation with the dude while you're hanging out on your front porch while playing acoustic guitar, like, I would have just been like, you know what? Let's just call.
Well, and we had the dogs. We were camping because we didn't even have like our home. You couldn't stay in the home yet. It was a construction zone, so we were sleeping in a tent. Like, it was insane. Well, Rockaholics, how would you like a shot at beating Steve? Listen to this record: 31, 12,
boom,
and 1 in 2024.
Dominance.
206-803-ROCK. We're gonna play Beat Migs at 6:50.
The Daily Migs Show.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Celebrate and save at Ashley's Anniversary Sale. With Hot Buys, your choice of colors starting at just $3.99. Ashley Sleep mattresses starting at $2.50. Plus, receive a free adjustable base with select mattress purchases. And shop top mattress brands like Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, Purple, and Beautyrest Black with 60-month special financing. Only at Ashley. Subject to credit approval. No minimum purchase required. Minimum monthly payment, down payment, tax, and delivery may be required. See store for details.
Is there anything more satisfying than finding something that perfectly lines up with your taste and checks all the boxes? Like a suit from Indochino. Their suits are made to measure and totally customizable with endless options. Choose the cut, fabric, lining, and more for the suit of your dreams at a surprisingly affordable price. Go to Indochino.com and use code PODCAST to get 10% off any purchase of $3.99 or more. That's 10% off at INDOCHINO.com with code PODCAST.
Love the flexibility of working in all sorts of places? Well, working on the go seamlessly requires a strong network like T-Mobile. We have America's largest 5G network, so whether you're on a video call at the park or uploading large files at the coffee shop, we have the 5G speed you need. Whatever takes you on the go, T-Mobile's got you covered. Find out more at T-Mobile.com/network today.
Coverage not available in some areas. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
With LinkedIn Jobs, we tap into a network of more than 1 billion professionals to help you find quality professionals quickly and easily for any role you need. Marketing wizards? Found them.
Software engineers?
Found.
That project manager I could never seem to hire?
And found. LinkedIn Jobs quickly matches your roles with candidates with the right skills and experience. In fact, 86% of small businesses get a qualified candidate within 24 hours. Post your first job for free and get started at linkedin.com/decide. That's linkedin.com/decide. Terms and conditions apply.
The Daly Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Be Migs. Be Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! Be Migs, you're a loser.
Who's ready to be Migs? I know Dustin from Bellevue is. Dustin, are you there?
I am here.
I'm Sarah, your host, and it's time for you to get out of here, Steve.
Bye-bye.
For those playing at home, Dustin has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yes.
What is the name of the TV series that followed the survivors of a plane crash on a mysterious island?
Lost.
Correct. What month is Black History Month?
February.
Yes. How many colors will you find in a regular bag of M&Ms?
4.
No.
5.
No.
6.
Yes. Megan Thee Stallion is currently feuding with what other female rapper?
Pass.
In the zodiac, what is the sign directly opposite of Scorpio?
Cancer.
No.
Sagittarius.
No.
Pisces.
No. What company has used the slogan Think Different?
Apple.
Yes.
Microsoft.
What science fiction classic stars Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor?
Terminator.
Correct. What U.S. state has the only non-rectangular flag?
Texas.
No.
Hawaii.
No.
Alaska.
No. According to Greek mythology, who was the first woman on Earth?
Athena.
No. Dustin, you got 5 correct, though. Kind of right down the middle.
I think I probably would have been right there with Dustin with 5.
Around 5?
Yeah.
Yeah? I think Steve is going to have this one. I'm predicting it.
Sarah's pulling for you, Steve.
Atta girl.
She believes.
I believe in you.
It's about damn time.
Steve, are you ready?
Yes.
What is the name of the TV series that followed the survivors of a plane crash on a mysterious island?
Lost.
Correct. What
Great
month
show.
is Black History Month?
Our month right now, February.
Yes. How many colors will you find in a regular bag of M&Ms?
4?
No.
5?
No.
6?
Yes. Megan Thee Stallion is currently feuding with what other female rapper?
Cardi B?
No.
What's the other one? Oh, crap. I can't think of the song. Oh, man. Dua Lipa.
No.
I don't know. SZA.
No. In the Zodiac, what is the sign directly opposite of Scorpio?
Aquarius.
No.
Libra.
No.
Virgo.
No. What company has used the slogan Think Different?
Oh. Apple?
Yes. What science fiction classic stars Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor?
Your clothes. Give them to me. Terminator.
Yes. What U.S. state has the only non-rectangular flag?
Washington?
No.
Alaska?
No.
Hawaii?
No. According to Greek mythology, who was the first woman on Earth?
Megan Thee Stallion.
No.
Taryn Daly.
No.
Venus.
No. And without knowing that, you got 5 correct, which is a tie. Another tie.
Is it Nicki Minaj?
Yes, it is.
Man.
I was like, okay, Cardi B or I couldn't think of, because those were like
other
2
one.
artists. I remember they were super popular around the same time. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yes, and some people
Nicki
think
Minaj.
they sound similar, and yeah. But Megan Thee Stallion is feuding with Nicki. It's a whole thing,
I know. I haven't been able to sleep about it.
right?
I'm today years old that they're having.
Oh, they are.
Do you know what the beef is about?
One of them put something in their song that was kind of dissing the other one and the other one's relationship, and
Yeah.
Come on, ladies. Let's
Yeah.
not tear each other down.
I
Let's
know,
build each other up.
right?
We're better than this.
Isn't that what we're supposed
Are
to do?
we?
I know we're not.
No. In the Zodiac, what sign is directly opposite of Scorpio?
Taurus?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, Taryn.
Taryn making it happen.
And then the U.S. state has the only non-rectangular flag
Is it something on the East Coast?
It's Ohio.
Oh, no.
I like how you're like, I'm not even going to play this game with you.
What was the other one? What was the
Greek mythology?
Yeah.
First woman.
I don't know.
She has a box.
So do I.
Pandora.
There we go.
So do I. It was just said by Taryn.
Well, Steve did guess you, Taryn, so
I did.
I guess he was kind of close.
Woo! Well, last night was the Grammys, and it was full of trippy performances and a couple of very powerful moments. So we're going to tell you what happened after Nirvana.
The Daily Migs Show. The Daily Migs Show.
Rockaholics, what are your thoughts on last night's Grammys? You can give us a call and chat about it, 206-803-ROCK. It was the 66th annual Grammy Awards last night in Los Angeles. And Steve, you watched a bit.
Okay, so I did it typical fashion for us. Like it started at 5 over here. So I just hit the DVR. We did our thing. We're hanging out with Tatum, having dinner, doing all that. We put Tatum to bed. And I'm like, you know what? Let's sit down and watch the Grammys on fast forward. I was able to get through that entire thing in like about an hour.
So you fast forward until you find something you want to see.
Watch a little bit of the beginning just to get a vibe. I thought Trevor Noah was fine. Like I actually, he was making me excited about artists that I don't give a crap about. Like he did a really good job of just being excited about all the artists and like selling, like the way he described SZA, who I don't know anything about. I think he said something about the lines like it was the most catchy song of the year about a double homicide. I'm like, I need to watch this. Like I thought that was really good.
He was a great hype man.
Yes,
I
he
really
was fired
enjoyed that.
up.
They actually showed more live performances than awards last night.
Which I noticed that because I saw a lot of people talk about how better it was. I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of performances, and I have to give props to whoever produced it because I thought they did a really good job of before they went to their performance, they did like a hype video about the artist. So I kind of was invested in a way, like as a wrestling dork before every match at WrestleMania, there's this giant hype package that gets you, even if you've never watched a single match or a single wrestling show the entire year, by the time the match starts, you're invested.
Yeah.
And I thought they did a pretty good job of that during the Grammys. Like, I don't know anything about SZA. I don't know anything about Olivia Rodrigo. And I ended up watching their performances because I thought they did a decent job of making me interested in what they were all about.
You're all informed now.
The highlight, I don't know what was the highlight for you, but the highlight for me, because it was super nostalgic, and I know we have an audio clip of it, was it Luke Combs, he's had that song Fast Car, which is a cover, and it's been a massive hit. and it was a Tracy Chapman song. I remember being a kid hearing that song, and I was never a big fan of like folky music, but I always thought that was like a great song. It was just like one of those songs where you're just like, man, the chorus is great and all that. And he had a great piece about how that was his favorite song growing up and all this stuff. Really? And then they go into the performance, and who's up there with him? Tracy frickin' Chapman. And they sounded good together.
I think, because how long ago did this song actually come out? Like almost 30 years ago?
1988.
No way, so it's more than 30 years?
Yes.
Holy crap.
And talk about, because my wife at first was like, oh, I bet she's really happy to get like this exposure. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, she was a big star back in those days. She won Grammys for this song.
I mean, it's not very often that happens, where you release a song and it's a huge hit once, and then it has some sort of a resurgence because someone breathes some new life into it. So that's awesome.
The one part that I did think was funny, I forgot how that song, in those days, I don't think they were too concerned about getting right to the chorus. So you know how like songs these days, pop songs, like you got like one verse and then boom, into the hook. And I remember watching it, I'm like, okay, now here comes the driving in my car part. It went for like 2 minutes until they finally got to that part. I was like, man, she really tested our patience back in the day. And it's a great song.
Did you see that Taylor Swift made some Grammy history?
And the fact that she was seen every 30 seconds again. I was getting a little pissed off. I mean, I'm there to watch the Grammys, and it's like they kept cutting to Taylor Swift.
Oh,
and I'm
so
like,
frustrating.
Keep your football out of my music award shows, please.
She won Album of the Year for the 4th time.
I did see that.
So she's now broken a tie that she had with Frank Sinatra, Paul Simon, and Stevie Wonder.
The crazy part is, like, she was there the entire time. Every time they would cut into the crowd, she's drinking wine and she's singing along to everybody's song. I'm just like, man, if I was an artist performing or at that show, how do you not like want to just give her a high five for being like, hey, dude, that's cool. At least you're showing that you're giving a crap while everyone else is doing whatever they're doing.
Yeah. Well, another big highlight was Joni Mitchell making her first ever appearance at the Grammys, and she performed the song Both Sides Now. She's 80 years old.
Did you see the setup for this?
Yes.
So Brandy Carlisle, Northwest Zone, she goes up there and tells like this insane story about Joni Mitchell, who I really don't know much other than her name. It's just not my cup of tea. But they tell the story about how like she needed to learn how to walk 3 times in her life because of physical ailments. And then, obviously when you're a kid, you have to learn how to walk. But again, I was just like, okay, I need to see this performance. There she is sitting there just looking powerful. I don't know how else to describe it with her cane. And I'm not a fan of her music, but I really enjoyed the performance.
When people were in tears.
Yeah.
Here's a clip from it.
And still somehow it's life's illusions that I recall. I really don't know life.
I'm kind of in for a Rick Rubin, let's sit down and make a raw record, how he did it with Johnny Cash when Johnny got a little bit older. I think that would be pretty freaking cool if all of a sudden he's like, after seeing that performance, like, you know what? I think we could do something really cool and different with her. Her voice just sounds like she's been through some stuff.
For sure.
And again, like, that's the first time, honestly, I've ever heard an entire Joni Mitchell song, and it was last night during
And
the
you
Grammys.
liked it.
I mean, I'm not going out to download her albums. I ain't going to lie to you. But I thought the performance was amazing. I thought a lot of the performances were good from artists. I don't know SZA. I don't know Olivia Rodrigo. But all I thought was whoever produced these performances, like, made them as trippy as humanly possible. Like, it felt like I was on like a weird acid trip. As I'm Olivia Rodrigo's performing, all of a sudden blood is coming out of the walls and blood's on her face. I guess because it's a song about vampires.
Yes.
And then SZA's song, I mean, it's called Kill Bill, and there were like people with nunchucks and swords, and dudes are getting stabbed, and she's choking dudes and throwing them in the air, and they're flying, and I'm just like, what is happening right now? But I was all in for it. Even if I didn't like their song, I liked the performance.
Did you see your friend's performance?
Who's her friend?
Your friend, Billy Joel.
Yes. I did.
He has a new song called Turn the Lights Back On.
I actually liked it a lot.
And he had not performed there at the Grammys for 22 years.
This is his first song in 30 years.
Is that what it said? Oh, yeah, 31. He has not had a new album out since 31 years ago, River of Dreams.
Because they had a whole piece about it. So before we get to the song, they had a whole piece about it. And they told the story about it. He's just like, look, I just didn't feel, I don't like writing songs. It's a process. It's too much for me. I just haven't been inspired. And then so the whole time I'm watching, of course, I'm thinking about being a kid and him telling me to go F off when he got off of a plane It's a true story. Like, I got off a plane. We were waiting for my uncle. He gets off the plane before my uncle. I freaked out because as a kid, I loved Billy Joel, Allentown.
Oh, no.
You know, Uptown Girl.
Oh, no,
all those
Steve.
cheesy pop songs I thought were amazing. I came running up to him. Mr. Joel, F off, kid. He clearly had a bad flight. To this day, I still think it's like the most awesome interaction I've ever had with a celebrity. So now they're telling the story about this random dude who somehow tracked down Billy Joel to try and help him write a new song. And I'm telling you, while this interview's going on, I'm expecting the guy to be like, yeah, I finally met up with Billy Joel and he told me to go F off. And in a way, he kind of did. Listen to him telling the story.
I'm Freddie Wexler, and I love Billy Joel. For my 35th birthday, my wife made it her mission to try to get me to meet Billy Joel. And eventually she found a doctor who knew another doctor who once knew Billy Joel. Somehow he got him to agree to meet me.
So I said, okay, I was going to go have lunch. I'll talk with this kid, and then that'll be that.
I thought for sure. He's like, yeah, the kid bothered me, and I told him to go F off. But no.
When I got there, it was pretty clear that Billy had no intention of spending any time with me. He ordered clams on the half shell and a BLT to go.
The place we went to, they have great clams.
I love that he's like, and something to go. Like, that's just the ultimate.
But apparently then after, he's like, yeah, after a while, the guy kind of wore me down. For 2 hours, we talked and had a good experience. And then he went in the studio and recorded a new song.
Well, good for him.
Have you heard the song?
Yes.
I thought the performance was pretty good. The music nerd in me at times was getting annoyed because I feel like his band wasn't really following what he was doing on the piano. There were a couple of moments, but on the whole, I thought the song was cool.
Did I wait too long to turn the lights back on? Yes, I'm here right now.
It was funny, though. He performed that song, and I saw on Twitter there were a lot of like old, crusty Billy Joel fans that were pissed off that they made them wait till the end. Because think about it, you're old, you're excited to see Billy Joel, and if you're watching on the East Coast, it's like close to midnight, and you just sat through a woman singing with blood coming down the walls, and another woman who's stabbing the guys, and so it's like, I don't understand any of this music. I just want to hear Billy Joel, and they waited till the very end for his performance, which I thought was a great troll on the old people.
So, I don't know if you had a favorite performance of the night, but I did.
Okay.
And it was Miley Cyrus.
I did like Miley Cyrus's performance.
I thought she was so on fire.
What I loved about her is right before they did the performance, she's just like, look, I'll be honest with you, the only reason why I'm doing this is because tomorrow I want to sit in bed and watch myself perform on the Grammys. Like, it's very selfish. And I was like, you know what? I appreciate the honesty.
Well, she won her first ever Grammy, and she made a point to mention it while performing her song Flowers.
I didn't want to leave you, but had to. I didn't want to fight, but we did. Started to cry, then remembered I just won my first Grammy.
Yeah, girl.
My wife's watching that with me, and she's just like, did Miley Cyrus get electrocuted? What's up with her?
She did have some big hair going on. It was awesome.
I thought she looked great. And a lot of people were saying a nice nod to Tina Turner at the end of the song when she was doing it, and also just the dress that she was wearing. She had and it was that was a great tribute to Tina Turner.
Oh,
was
absolutely.
it Fantasia?
Yes.
That was really good.
Amazing. Well, did one of music's biggest stars just share that they were on mushrooms while part of the NHL All-Star Weekend? You're going to hear from him at 7:20.
The Daly Migs Show.
Shall I take your order, or do you need a minute?
Yes, I'll be ready. Just buying a car on Carvana.
What?
It's super convenient. I already got pre-qualified in 2 minutes. All I had to do was answer a few questions.
What? That's handy.
Yeah, now I'm customizing my down and monthly payments.
What? That's an exquisite deal.
And just like that, Carvana's delivering my car in a couple days.
What?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'll have the burrito.
Visit Carvana.com to finance your next car.
Financing subject to credit approval. Delivery fees may apply.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Rockaholics, call us up now and tell us, what was your ultimate lie? Something that you made up and everyone believed. 206-803-ROCK. Migs, did you watch any of the NHL All-Star festivities?
I watched some of it. I didn't get to watch the games just because it was happening on Saturday. I was traveling to Portland for a wrestling event at DOA Pro Wrestling. But on Friday, I watched some of the skills competition. And what I walked away from is it just confirmed that Connor McDavid is on another level. He was like the fastest skater, most accurate shot. His stick handling was insane. So that was a lot of fun just to see him just dominate. Won $1 million.
That is so insane.
Just
I didn't even realize that was part of it.
That made it more fun, I think, probably for the players, too. Like, here's incentive to really try hard because you can walk away in one day of just showing off how talented you are. You can win $1 million. But then the next day, of course, was the All-Star Game. And the All-Star Game was done where you have these celebrity coaches. So you had Justin Bieber, he had a team. Michael Bublé had a team. Will Arnett had a team. A lot of Canadian people, obviously.
Of course.
And Tay McRae, who I did not know. I don't know if you know who Tay McRae is. Well, I didn't think I knew her. So I went on her Instagram, like, who's Tay McRae? Or Tate McRae, sorry. And I realized I follow her on Instagram. But then I realized I'm not following her because of her musical abilities. Like, I
can see why you're following her.
Yeah, she posts really good pictures, let's just say. Very,
she's photogenic.
Very artistic. And I do love one of her pictures is her new album cover called Think Later. And in it, like, she's not wearing a lot on the cover. And
she has underwear on.
And she does, yep. She has a top on, kind of. And she's wearing goalie pads, like goalie pads that are meant for a kid, and it says Think Later on them. But my favorite part is, once I saw it, I was like, oh, those goalie pads are on the wrong legs. Because your pad is not, like, you can't just put it on either leg and it works.
There's a right and a left.
Right. There's an outer roll that should be on the outside of your leg, and it's on the inside. And I know it's the biggest pet peeve with hockey players and goalies. And I was like, I got to look at the comments. And almost every comment, if not every other comment, just like, pads are on backwards. No one's even commenting on how cool of an album cover this is. Everyone's just like, your pads are on backwards, and they're all mad about that.
She'll never live it down.
But so they did like a draft where each captain or, coach had to draft, the players. And a lot of people were wondering, well, how did Oliver Bjorkstrand do in this? He got picked dead last in the draft. It was kind of funny.
And speaking of the Pacific Division, Oliver Bjorkstrand, hold on just a matter of moments. I think we know where this is going to go.
Yeah, process
just to confirm that Tate McRae, Nathan McKinnon, Cale Makar, welcome Oliver Bjorkstrand to your team.
A lot of people are like, why are we doing this? I'm like, I don't think these players give a crap. Everyone's having fun. I'm sure Oliver Bjorkstrand's not going to have a tough time sleeping at night because he was picked last in an All-Star game amongst other great players.
Some people would say save the best for last.
Yeah,
some people would say that.
Typically, when you're picking a team, that's not what people say, but you never know. But it was a lot of fun, and it was just cool to see all that. But the winner of the All-Star game was Justin Bieber's team with Austin Matthews, and Austin Matthews was funny. He's like, I think we need to hire Justin Bieber as our coach.
He's kind of funny. I like him.
Yeah.
Speaking of funny, Michael Bublé.
Yep.
He's the best. I just really think he's a fantastic person, and he's got the internet going completely crazy because during this press conference at the NHL All-Star Weekend, he said he was high on mushrooms at the NHL All-Star Draft. Here is the audio.
My buddy told me this is just a microdose of mushrooms, and he was lying. So, I'll be honest, I thought I was in Blades of Glory for most of the time that I was out there until it sort of settled down, and then I realized, holy shit, I'm at the NHL All-Star Game.
Dude, this made it everywhere. Like New York Post was, all these different like random like news sites are like, Michael Bublé was high on mushrooms at the All-Star Game, and my first thought wasn't like outrage. It was, that's amazing.
And also I thought, well, that checks out.
Yeah,
Michael Bublé's got that kind of personality. Well, it turns out it wasn't true at all.
Son of a.
And Will Arnett confirmed this.
Are you planning to smack talk him, maybe jump over the boards, get like...
Have we got eyes on Bublé? Has anybody seen him since the other night? Did he go MIA? Did we end up figuring out what's going on with him? I'm sending, obviously sending a lot of love to him in this difficult time. No, I'm just kidding. You know what? He's the best, and I love that he goofed around, and a lot of people were like, I got so many texts from people saying, was he serious? I'm like, no, of course not. Anyway.
What if Arnett's lying too, and he was also microdosing?
He's covering for him.
All of them were microdosing at this.
Macrodosing. What is your ultimate lie, Rockaholic? Something that you made up that everyone believed. 206-803-ROCK. We're going to take your calls after the Foo Fighters.
The Daily Migs Show.
Rockaholics, what was your ultimate lie? Something you made up that everyone believed, like the wedding vows I said at my first wedding. 206-803-ROCK.
I mean, it was a that was a very long lie. How long did that marriage last?
4 years?
A 4-year lie. Look at you. Oh, yeah, Danny lied as well. How many years?
4 years as well.
It was the 4-year itch.
Some people have to have a starter marriage. I feel that in my heart.
Or is it 7-year itch, but 4-year bitch? Like, bitch, I'm leaving you? No.
Something you made up that everyone believed, Rockaholics. 206-803-ROCK. Davey and Edmonds, you told everyone your name was Axl Rose.
Yes, my uncle bought me their album, like 86 or whatever, and he said, check out this guy's name. His name's Axl Rose. I'm like, I don't know, that really rung with me. So all my friends, when I was in 7th grade, when I moved into the new neighborhood, I told them my name was Axl Rose.
Very random.
How long did you get to keep that lie up?
Probably maybe 3 weeks until all the parents were saying, your friend's name's Axl Rose? That's a lie. That's not true. That's not his name.
And plus,
So,
you didn't go with the W Axl Rose, like, because originally it was W.
yeah.
And I always thought that was so bad. It's like, then you spell it out and it says war. It's like, he's such a badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
William Axl Rose.
Yeah.
Joe in Stanwood, you went to a bar and told everyone you were a professional baseball player.
Oh, yeah.
Was it a bar in Stanwood?
Yeah. No. I was down at the Hard Rock in Seattle, and it was during the 2002 when we had the All-Star game in Seattle. And a bunch of the ball players, celebrities were hanging out in a VIP room down at the Hard Rock.
Okay.
So when I entered, I told them, hi, I'm Joe blank blank. I'm a pitcher from the Anaheim Angels. So they bring 2 models over, and they escort me into a room and have me give my signature, which I do. Then they escort me downstairs into the VIP room, and I'm sitting there with Kemp and Peyton and a bunch of the Seahawks, Cortez Kennedy, just celebrities everywhere.
And
so I'm eating all night for free and drinking all night for free, and they think I'm some, professional ball player, and just had a wild night.
So are you built very much like an athlete? Or were you at the time?
I am. I'm 6'2". I look like a pitcher.
And so at no point, nobody was just like, wait a second, your name doesn't sound familiar. Or was it like one of those situations where, like, I don't want to be the guy that says I don't believe him, but what if he's telling the truth? Then I look like the jerk.
No, I told him I'm a backup pitcher, so, I'm not, you don't see me very often, I'm on the bench a lot.
But when you're needed, you come through.
But you know what?
Right. In a pinch, I come through. That's the deal.
That's amazing, dude. Good on you for being able to pull that off and stick. I would be a nervous wreck once I saw all the actual celebrities.
For sure.
Well, I think because of the age I was back then, I was so cocky that I actually tried to believe it myself. So then I made the lie even better,
I love that they brought a couple of models too. They're just like, here, let's bring them.
Right.
That's amazing.
That's celebrity status for sure.
You should have tried
Model
the same
escort.
thing for the backup goalie for the NHL All-Star game, Steve.
There's still time.
Or the Winter Classic. I just show up. I'm like, I'm the emergency backup goalie, Stevie E-Bug. Where are my models and where is my chicken wings?
Osh in Everett, what did you tell a bunch of strippers?
So probably about 20 years ago, my buddy's getting married. So we do a bachelor party down in Portland. I may or may not have taken a work van and loaded it up with 10 guys and headed down there.
Nice.
We get down there, and then I told some of the dancers that we were a team of underwater welders doing a job at the port, and we were making about $200 an hour doing with hazard pay at OT. So they figured that me and all my guys were loaded with money and basically hung out with us all night long because they thought we were loaded.
So did you make it worth their while?
Oh yeah, we'd sell money. So here's the funniest thing too about it. It's the first time I actually saw there was one of the dancers got into a fight with the manager, went on stage and started just basically throwing a tantrum.
Awesome.
So me and one of my other guys just started just throwing down money like crazy. And it's the first time I've ever seen a stripper get fired and hauled off the stage and kicked out of the club.
Dude, I would make it rain on that person.
That is
too.
worth the price of
that.
admission right there.
So that was the thing. So me and my buddy are just dropping money down.
Yeah.
He gets kicked off the stage, gets fired, gets thrown out of the club. So we just picked up all our money and took it back.
Oh, and did you follow her out and give it to her?
No, she was gone. She was escorted out by security. So,
dude, I never thought, like, if I'm a stripper, which that's try not to laugh already. But if I was a stripper, I would work out a scam with the boss and be like, fire me on stage. I'll get the sympathy and get a bunch of money, and then I'll just sit out for an hour, and I'll come back in and then fire me again. Like that's
your strategy.
That's my strategy to make more money.
I like it. That's
or
a
just
good business
at
model.
the end of each night, fire me, and then I'll get some extra money on my way out, and then I'll be back tomorrow. I got rehired.
This is great.
Why not?
Very
right?
inspirational.
And hey, big ups to Washington. Hopefully, it sounds like we might be able to drink in gentlemen's clubs. At least that's what we heard during the Daly Migs download. We're getting closer to that.
Catching up to the rest of the country because apparently we're the only state that doesn't allow that.
Washington State does not like fun.
Not at all. Well, Rockaholics, if you like fun in the form of Steel Panther,
yes,
May 15th, have you ever had a ridiculous run-in with the law? For example, yesterday we had a Rockaholic, Friday, excuse me, we had a Rockaholic who got in trouble because they gave a fake ID to a cop. That always ends well. And the other guy got in trouble for honking his horn. You can call in now for your chance to win Steel Panther tickets, 206-803-ROCK. We're going to take your calls at 7:50.
The Daily Migs Show.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With LinkedIn Jobs, we tap into a network of more than 1 billion professionals to help you find quality professionals quickly and easily for any role you need. Marketing wizards? Found them.
Software engineers?
Found.
That project manager I could never seem to hire?
And found. LinkedIn Jobs quickly matches your roles with candidates with the right skills and experience. In fact, 86% of small businesses get a qualified candidate within 24 hours. Post your first job for free and get started at linkedin.com/decide. That's linkedin.com/decide. Terms and conditions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Celebrate and save at Ashley's Anniversary Sale. With Hot Buys, your choice of colors starting at just $3.99. Ashley Sleep mattresses starting at $2.50. Plus, receive a free adjustable base with select mattress purchases. And shop top mattress brands like Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, Purple, and Beautyrest Black with 60-month special financing. Only at Ashley. Subject to credit approval. No minimum purchase required. Minimum monthly payment, down payment, tax, and delivery may be required. See store for details.
With LinkedIn Jobs, we tap into a network of more than 1 billion professionals to help you find quality professionals quickly and easily for any role you need. Marketing wizards? Found them.
Software engineers?
Found.
That project manager I could never seem to hire?
And found. LinkedIn Jobs quickly matches your roles with candidates with the right skills and experience. In fact, 86% of small businesses get a qualified candidate within 24 hours. Post your first job for free and get started at linkedin.com/decide. That's linkedin.com/decide. Terms and conditions apply.
Now on the Daily Migs Show.
Damn. Some birds aren't meant to be caged. Yet, here we are, butt naked, eating soggy bologna sandwiches. Figure it's time to get busy living and get busy winning.
Let's play Cellmates.
Cellmates is the game where lawbreakers become game changers. And this week we are playing for Steel Panther tickets. They're going to be at Showbox Soto on April 27th. Our friends in Moon Fever just opened up for them on
shout
tour.
Out to Tristan and the boys. And also shout out to Steel Panther. They always put on a great show. So if you've never seen them live, you absolutely have to check them out. It's not just a concert. It's a full-on performance.
It's ridiculous amounts of fun. So let's meet our cellmates. We have Cora in Spanaway. Cora, the cops busted you for partying at a graveyard.
For partying at a graveyard. There was a gas station next door to a graveyard, halfway between my friend Angela's house and I when we were young. And we couldn't obviously party at the gas station, so graveyard was the obvious choice. And we were there and we were drinking and just kind of wandering around, and a cop pulled up and busted both of us. Yeah.
When you decided to party in the graveyard, do you sit and hang out over a grave site, or do you kind of at least be respectful and still stay by like the walking paths?
Oh, absolutely respectful. Yeah, you definitely don't walk on top of the gravestones or anything, but...
Right, they're sleeping. You don't need to wake them up with all your partying.
Did you get an MIP, or what was the punishment?
No, we ended up getting detained, and then as we're in the back of the cop car, all of a sudden he gets a call, gets on the phone or his walkie, and he's like, I gotta go. You guys give me your phone numbers and your addresses. I'm calling your parents in 10 minutes. If you're not there to pick up, you deal with the consequences.
Ooh.
And I'll tell you what, you never saw two teenage girls run home faster.
Oh, so you gave your actual phone number and address?
Yeah, I don't know why we did it. We were so honest. It was so dumb.
Yeah, I would have lied. I would have given like 867-5309.
Right.
Something.
Anything else but the real one.
Wow.
Cora, your cellmate is your cellmate is David in Puyallup. David, you cut off a cop and then got pulled over for doing it.
Yeah. It was an experience. It was back in my late 20s. I'm 40 something now, but I was at a restaurant, bar, karaoke. Having some good times with my buddy, and it's time to go. We go outside, hop in the car, and first thing I need to do is pull a U-turn on the street we're on. I look left, I look right, look left again. I swear it was clear. I go to pull this U-turn where I probably shouldn't have, and all of a sudden there's a bumper, just a grill of a car right there staring me in my window, and of course it's a cop. This is terrific. So I get ready to get pulled over, which, the red and blues come on. I pull over, and I know one single cop in the world, and thank the Lord, who I roll my window down, who walks up there, and it's Officer Fred, and he's Hey, David, what's going on? I was kind of heading home here after. He says, all right, well, you pulled right in front of me, and how far do you have to go? I said, just a couple miles to my friend's house. All right, well, he let me go. He told me to be careful, drive safe. But if it was any other officer in the world,
you would have been in big trouble.
Yeah, what are the odds? Officer Fred, man.
A friend of all.
I was about to say, I wonder what the ticket would be for something like that.
Well, Steve,
made it to my buddies and kind of cleaned out the shorts, and there you go.
And a valuable lesson that just doing karaoke is a bad idea in general. So
not if you go with me. So, Steve, based on the severity of these cellmates' crimes, who should go first in the game?
I think we go with Cora, since she was being respectful when she was partying at the graveyard.
Respectful.
Yes.
Woo! All right, Cora. The top 3 food consumption days in the United States are Christmas, Thanksgiving, and what?
4th of July.
Wrong.
No, it's Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh, duh.
David, if you get this correct, you are going to Steel Panther. True or false? Cats shed their whiskers.
That's true.
Damn. I would have failed. I would have guessed no.
When you go to the show, though, David, don't be cutting off any cops, okay?
No, straight there, straight back. No karaoke.
I say you bring Fred with you, Officer Fred. Would you like to go see Steel Panther with me?
Is Officer Fred a retired cop now?
He was a young guy at the time, so he's probably still at it.
All right, shout out to Officer Fred.
Have fun at Steel Panther, man. They put on a great show.
Well, apparently Steve is pretty upset with one member of this show because of something that they did not do.
Massive disappointment.
It's kind of ridiculous, and you're going to find out what happened after Lincoln Park.
The Daily Migs Show.
Well, Steve Migs, who are you mad at?
All of you.
Really?
Each and every one of you in this room.
We've all done something to wrong you.
Over the weekend, I'm on social media, and I'm flipping through Instagram and looking at people's stories, and I come across the story of our friend Sarah over here. And she posted a picture of her friend and said, my friend is celebrating her birthday at Chuck E. Cheese. So instantly my I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. I can't wait till Monday. And I could ask Sarah about this party at Chuck E. Cheese. How ridiculous is that a bunch of adults are having a birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese? And what do I find out? You did not go.
I didn't. There was a good reason why I didn't.
There are no good reasons.
Okay, I really was thinking about going, but unfortunately this friend does not live in this state. That is the only reason why I didn't go.
Oh, so this party did not happen in Washington?
No.
Oh, okay.
Where did it happen?
In San Jose, California.
Oh.
What else do you do there?
Wait, you flew to New York for somebody's birthday party. The least you could do is go to San Jose for a birthday party.
And she is one of my best friends. So if I didn't already have plans,
debatable.
I probably would have.
What made her choose Chuck E. Cheese for a birthday party location?
Because she is a child.
Does she have a kid?
No. She is currently pregnant, though, but she has no kids right now.
I didn't know that you were allowed to go to Chuck E. Cheese without a child.
I didn't know you were either.
Is the argument that I do have a child? It's just not fully out of my stomach. It's not fully. It's not like it's like a foot's hanging out. Like I'm coming. I'm working my way out.
Partially.
Right. Like do you get a pass if you're about to have a kid?
Well, she sent me like the little flyer she made for it, and I was like, "You should make sure they're cool with it." And she's like, "Oh no, I'm emailing them already. They have no age restriction." She sent me the whole email.
I thought. For the longest time, I just assumed we can't have a party at a Chuck E. Cheese unless we have a child involved.
I love that you think that there's some security guard at Chuck E. Cheese that's like, whoa, mister, where's your kid?
Yes. There's got to be someone that, when you first walk in, that I thought they'd like stamp your hands and stuff. That way, don't they stamp your kid's hand and then the parent's hand? That way they make sure when you leave, you've got the right stamps, matching stamps.
Well,
so, Taryn, they do have security.
And I will say, my friend has been obsessed with Chuck E. Cheese for her entire life. And so my husband and I last year got her a gift card to Chuck E. Cheese.
That's amazing.
That's adorable.
But George and I going into Chuck E. Cheese, just two grown adults, was really, I was like, this feels weird that we're here.
Yes.
Like, what do we, and at first George wanted to get a whole pizza because I hear their pizza's great now. But then we literally just walked in and we're like, we're just going to get the gift card and leave.
I like that you say their pizza's great now.
Well, yeah, I heard it was, I mean, my girl.
People do talk about their pizza like it's I think it's because you just don't expect it to be good pizza at a Chuck E. Cheese.
Well, I think when you're a kid, you don't really know the difference between good pizza and bad pizza.
Honestly, as an adult, I don't know either. If it just has sauce and cheese on it, it's delicious.
Exactly.
And as long as the crust is cooked.
And I did hear
you can't have a doughy pizza.
No, it can't be all soggy.
And they changed their recipe. My friend told me. My friend knows all about the Chuck E. Cheese.
So she's happy with the changes?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So she has this party, invites other people that I imagine don't have kids either to come to. How many people showed up to this party?
I have no idea, but I did see a few pictures and none of them have kids. Like, I don't even know if kids were invited to this party.
That's like the one time I went to Great Wolf Lodge, it was a group of grown-ups. There were no children.
So do you think we could throw like a listener party at a Chuck E. Cheese?
Yes.
Now, originally I was like, well, that can't happen because we would need to bring children. And I mean, obviously, a couple of us do have kids. So I guess
I'll bring Barrett.
As long as we all show up together, I think we could get in.
Well, I don't know if we can. We don't have kids. Oh, yeah, we do have kids.
I'm just wondering if there's like a certain ratio, though. Like, you only have 2 kids. You can only let in this many grown-ups.
Yeah, you have 6 adults and 2 children. That doesn't make any sense. We can't allow this.
Oh my God. I feel like if we had a listener party at a Chuck E. Cheese, there's always great stories about people getting thrown out of Chuck E. Cheese. I feel like we would make the headlines. Something would happen.
Someone said my wife and I usually have our birthdays at Chuck E. Cheese too. We don't go all the way like renting a table or anything, but we take a birthday cake and we just sing happy birthday there, and we do it because of our kids. Just to take them. See, I've yet to take Tatum to Chuck E. Cheese, and I kind of want to.
I think I told you this, that Barrett has been talking about Chuck E. Cheese as if he knows what it is or has ever been there, and he's not. But I think some of the kids that he goes to school with have mentioned it. So he's been asking me, Mommy, can we go to Chuck E. Cheese? Mommy, can we go to Chuck E. Cheese? And lo and behold, we have a birthday party
happening
a week
at Chuck E.
from
Cheese?
Saturday to go to at the Chuck E. Cheese up in Burlington.
Oh, I was going to say it was closer. I said, can we come crash it?
There's one in Linwood.
That's pretty far too, but is there any on the south end?
I looked it up. It looked like there were 10 in the state of Washington.
There used to be one in Tacoma, but I think that one's it's closed. May it rest in peace.
But I've driven. It looked like it was.
Or maybe
they still
it
have
is
the
open.
signage up.
I don't know. Maybe maybe I just believe some bad information.
We're just going to partner with Chuck E. Cheese on a regional level.
How do we get? Do we need to know like a manager? Is there any Chuck E. Cheese owners? Like, I don't even know how that works.
It's like a franchise?
I don't know. But how do
many questions.
how do we get access? I would be totally down to have the world's dumbest listener party, and it's at Chuck E. Cheese.
It says there's one in Tacoma and one in Let's see, Auburn?
What if we hit all the Chuck E. Cheeses?
What, at the same time? Like
Well, I
each
mean-
one of us represents a different Chuck E. Cheese?
Oh, no, I want to be around you guys. Otherwise, this is awkward. Yeah, I'd much rather it be all of us together. I was just thinking we could do like a world tour where we stop at all the Chuck E. Cheeses.
Oh, my gosh. I'm in. I mean,
I don't know. I might have to run that by the wife's key. I mean, because I would want to bring Tatum with me, but I don't know if she wants Tatum to
Go to a listener party?
I don't know why not.
you know what? We'll bring a babysitter, Steve. I'll go halfsies with you on a babysitter.
Okay.
And they'll watch the kids, and we'll watch the Rockaholics.
We'll watch the Rockaholics.
We'll babysit the Rockaholics.
This could be the most absurd listener party ever. Do we go up there and we get to jam with the Rat Band? Oh, my God.
And I don't know if it's all of them, but I think the one in Linwood has like a trampoline park element. But I don't know if like grown-ups
What?
are allowed on it.
Well, if we know the manager, we could probably pull a couple like twisted arm or two.
They're going to kick all the kids out for a few minutes and give us our time.
Yes, I want this. Like, it'd be awesome if they could like shut it down for like 2 hours and it's just us and the Rockaholics.
I would. You know what I really love? I love a foam pit. Do any of these Chuck E. Cheeses have a foam pit?
It's a ball pit, isn't it?
Well, you know, like the ones with the foam that you can like rope swing into or
Yeah.
something. I don't know if there's a Chuck E. Cheese that has those, but yes to a ball pit.
That's
too.
a tall order. I'm not positive we could get that. But someone said my daughter's been to 2 parties at Chuck E. Cheese in Tacoma in the last 18 months, so it's still there.
Perfect.
Awesome. And another person did say, yep, during the pandemic, Chuck E. Cheese did change their recipe for their pizza and change the name of Chuck E. Cheese to something else to sell the pizza under that name. I remember that. Like you could do it like through like Uber Eats. It was like a restaurant that didn't exist, but it was basically just Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh. And I heard they have a cookbook now, too.
What?
Chuck E. Cheese has a cookbook.
Someone wants to know, does Chuck E. Cheese serve alcohol?
That's
I believe
what I
they
was
do
gonna
serve
ask.
beer.
They
For the
better.
parents. Can we just bring a keg?
Yes.
We're
And
gonna-
a few fifths?
We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this Chuck E. Cheese shut down if we do this. I don't know if this is a good idea.
This is how we all get in
Could,
big,
join us?
big trouble.
Could you imagine the promos for that? Join us at Chuck E. Cheese and wherever.
Like what?
Bring your kids. It's got to be a party.
I just feel like this is going off the rails already.
And that's why I want to do it.
That's why we got to do it.
That, or at least we should just franchise one.
Oh my gosh. Then we can throw all of our parties forever there.
I feel like they'll take the franchise away from us and we'll have to like turn it to like, you know, I don't know. I don't know.
What about
Bucky Bees?
We can't use Buc-ee's either because that's
oh
a
yeah,
whole
that's the
thing.
chain in the South.
No, you're right. You're right.
Do they still have the animatronic characters? Because I heard those were like going away, and weren't they selling them on eBay and stuff?
Oh man.
Because that's what I want at my house is an animatronic Chuck E. Cheese character playing the banjo.
They're so creepy.
They're so creepy. Do they all have names?
I believe so.
All right,
I
we
mean,
have a lot to plan,
wait,
you guys. We have a lot to figure
One
out.
of them has to have the name of Chuck.
E.
Well, yeah, I figured the full name is Chuck E. Cheese. And the rat has to
What do
be
you
Chuck
think
E.
the E
Cheese.
stands for?
Oh, we found this out.
Electronic? I don't know.
Chuck, Edward.
I want to say, Charles Entertainment Cheese.
I was
Charles
close.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
Entertainment is his middle name.
Now we're just going to find a manager of a Chuck E. Cheese that wants to party with us.
Somebody's got to know one.
You would think.
All right, well, hit us up. Last night was the Grammys, and one of
Oh,
the...
wait, we got a call. Manager of a Chuck E. Cheese
Oh
right
my gosh,
there.
are you kidding me? Hold on.
The Tacoma Chuck E. Cheese, too.
Is it Brianna or Brianna?
Brianna, but you guys can call me Bree.
Bree in Tacoma, you're a manager at a Chuck E. Cheese?
I am. I'm heading to work right now.
Yes.
Oh, and the Tacoma one?
Yep.
How do we make this party happen, Brianna?
Let me talk to my GM today because he's there this morning too, and I can give you guys a call back. I can text you. I can do something, and we can make it happen.
Oh, this is awesome.
Oh, man. I think you officially call it Chuck Brie Cheese.
Yes.
All right, we'll get your information, and if we can make this happen, this will be the world's dumbest listener party.
I cannot wait.
Oh, wait, put it back on hold.
Oh,
get
wait.
Brianna.
Brianna, hold on. Steve's got another question.
Do you still have the robot animal?
The
No,
animatronic
we
guys?
got rid of all of them.
Are
when
all-
we went through our remodel, they took all the animatronics
So what do you
out.
guys got? You got like a mascot outfit?
We do have Chucky that comes out and visits the kids and does all the things like that, but we don't have anything. Like, we've got more games and stuff. We've got a really super cool dance floor and a big, ginormous screen TV. So
Can we bring our own DJ?
for all of that. Huh?
Can we bring our own DJ? Like, and they could spin some tunes and stuff?
Yeah, why not?
Well, how is there any way I could wear the mascot costume for a couple minutes at least?
Maybe.
I don't want to get you fired. I don't want to get you fired.
I mean, if he okays it, I don't see why not. And it would probably be like a you go out and visit the kids thing. Maybe we could make a deal like that.
All right.
How many beers are on tap at a Chuck E. Cheese?
It's 1 per hour, 2 per visit. We've got 4 beers on tap. We've got White Claws and wine.
This is perfect.
Oh, man, there are no laws at Chuck E. Cheese, apparently. Let's go.
Awesome, Bree. We're going to get your info and hopefully plan the sickest listener party ever at Chuck E. Cheese.
The world's dumbest listener party at Chuck E. Cheese. I love this.
Well, Rockaholics, last night was the Grammys, and one of the biggest stars in music made some people a little bit upset, all because he was supporting his wife. We're going to tell you what happened at 8:20.
The Daily Migs Show.
Celebrate and save at Ashley's Anniversary Sale. With Hot Buys, your choice of colors starting at just $3.99. Ashley Sleep mattresses starting at $2.50. Plus, receive a free adjustable base with select mattress purchases. And shop top mattress brands like Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, Purple, and Beautyrest Black with 60-month special financing. Only at Ashley. Subject to credit approval. No minimum purchase required. Minimum monthly payment, down payment, tax, and delivery may be required. See store for details.
Yo, next round is about to start. You ready?
Yeah, just shopping for a car in Carvana.
For real?
Yeah, Carvana makes it super convenient to shop whenever, wherever.
For real? That's a ton of car options.
Yep, and these are all within my price range.
For really real? You can afford that?
Yeah, with Carvana. And boom, just like that, I'm getting it delivered in a couple days.
For really, really real? You just bought a car.
For real, and you just lost my turn.
Visit Carvana.com to shop for thousands of vehicles under $20,000.
Love the flexibility of working in all sorts of places? Well, working on the go seamlessly requires a strong network like T-Mobile. We have America's largest 5G network, so whether you're on a video call at the park or uploading large files at a coffee shop, we have the 5G speed you need. Whatever takes you on the go, T-Mobile's got you covered. Find out more at T-Mobile.com/network today.
Coverage not available in some areas. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
206-803-ROCK. What is something about your partner that you love bragging about on their behalf? Call us up, 206-803-ROCK. We are bringing this up because last night at the Grammys, Jay-Z won the Dr. Dre Global Impact Award.
Shows how long it's been since I've seen Jay-Z, because last time I saw him, he didn't have long hair.
It's a totally different look.
I know. I had to do a double take. I'm like, that's not Jay-Z. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh yeah, I just haven't really been paying attention to what Jay-Z's been up to, which apparently, as we learned during the break, he's just been busy making a lot of freaking money.
He's like a billionaire 2 times over. And then he's obviously married to Beyonce, and she's nearly a self-made billionaire too.
Well, she's clearly, he's a sugar daddy.
Duh.
She's only making 800. Her net worth was what, 800 million?
800 million. She's just riding his coattails, though. Obviously.
I wonder how many couples can say that they both are billionaires on their own. On their own accomplishments.
Between the two of them, they have almost $3 billion between the two of them.
That's bonkers.
It is totally bonkers. And
at least their kids won't have to worry about getting fed. Jeez.
Some generational wealth there.
You hope.
So during the speech that he gave, he was deciding to use some of that time to talk about why Beyonce has not won Album of the Year.
It's music and it's opinion based. I don't want to embarrass this young lady, but she has more Grammys than everyone and never won Album of the Year. So even by your own metrics, that doesn't work. Some of you going to go home tonight and feel like you've been robbed. Some of you may get robbed. Some of you don't belong in the category. No, that was it. No, when I get nervous, I tell the truth.
I think there was a lot of rock fans at that moment. They were like, Boy Genius and this band and that, Olivia Rodrigo. Like, I know he was talking more about like pop artists and hip hop artists, but I was just like, as rock music fans, man, I agree. There's some people that don't belong in the category. I was torn. I understand people are mad at him, but I also, hey man, he's pumping his wife's tires. I think that's pretty cool in that sense. But I think it's funny. Some people are like, this is just a nicer version of what Kanye did.
1,000%.
Really, at the end of the day, what was he doing in a roundabout way, taking a shot at Taylor Swift for winning? Because she broke a record for 4 times she's won Album of the Year?
For sure.
Or something along those lines. And apparently Beyonce hasn't. And wasn't that what Kanye went off on about Beyonce.
Oh, yeah.
I think Beyonce's just like any dude that she knows, like, hey, any chance you get to crap on Taylor Swift, can you do it on my behalf? And I'll act shocked. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you did that. And I love Taylor.
Well, Beyonce is the most decorated Grammy winner of all time. I think it's like she's been nominated like 88 times and has like 30-something wins. But it's that album of the year, the coveted album of the year, that she's just been slighted.
See, I think I'd be a bad family member if I was if everyone's hanging around at dinner and we're all like, I can't believe it. I'm like, how many Grammys have you won? Let me Google what your net worth is. Why do you care?
Are you
like what? Why do you need that stroke of ego at that point that you have to say I got album of the year? You have a bajillion dollars and a bajillion Grammy awards. Like, I think you're okay.
Yeah.
Like, what do you care if like music critics and other people don't think you had the album of the year? Maybe you haven't. Maybe you just wrote a bunch of great singles, but never put out an entire record that was of quality. I don't know. I've never listened to a full Beyonce record, and today is not going to be that day.
No. But Destiny's Child, yes.
Okay, shut up.
206-803-ROCK. What is something about your partner that you love bragging about on their behalf? You can tell us what awesome thing your significant other is doing. We will take your calls after Bon Jovi.
The Daily Migs Show.
206-803-ROCK. We are asking, what is something about your partner that you love bragging about
Pump
on
your
their
partner's
behalf?
tires.
Yes.
Pump them, baby.
Tell us what an awesome thing your significant other does. Aiden in Bonnie Lake, you said she flies planes.
How you guys doing?
Great, Aiden. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. I love bragging about my partner because she flies planes. She's ate breakfast with the Blue Angels, and she details private jets.
What?
Damn.
Yep.
So,
do you ever get to fly with her then?
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever been up in a small plane, but it's a lot more fun than getting your seat kicked from the rear.
Were you nervous the first time she said, hey, you want to jump? Did you know her before she was flying planes, or did she figure that out and learn that since you guys have been together?
We started dating when she learned she wanted to, and then she
cool.
started.
Oh, that's badass.
So as far as like the size of planes she's licensed to fly, what's like the, I don't know, the parameters, I guess, of her licensure?
Right now,
even words you're using?
Cessna 172.
So is that like 8-seater maybe or more?
No, it's a little smaller.
Smaller than that. Oh my God, that's awesome.
Hey, I get nervous riding in a car with my wife. Do you get nervous being in a plane with her? I'm kidding.
No,
joking.
The first time we went up, there was an engine failure on takeoff, and I'm just sitting there all excited with my phone out recording, and I didn't know a single thing was wrong. And then she calls over the radio, hey, ATC, I'm going to need to come in for emergency lane. And I'm like, oh, my God, what's going on?
Like, you could have just broke up with me. We didn't have to do this.
Thanks, Aiden.
Right on, Aiden. Thank you.
Joseph in Arlington, your ex left you for another woman.
Oh, yeah, and I love to brag about it.
You were so good that she couldn't deal with any men after you.
That's what it is, man. I was so good that she had to look in the woman pool for another woman.
Yeah, there's no man that could come close to your prowess.
Was it something that blindsided you, or were you?
You know, before I married her, there were stories about her in a swimming pool with girls, and she denied it. You know, and now I'm thinking, you know, it probably happened, and she just lied to me. I think she was trying to be normal per se, and get married and tried, but yeah, she just decided one day that she wanted a woman.
Huh. Well, may she have a very happy life with her new lady friend.
Oh, what about you, Taryn? Pump Brad's tires. What is something you like to brag about?
Next month, he will celebrate 11 years without alcohol.
Damn.
11 years, no booze.
And he's married to you.
I know, that poor man.
That's impressive.
He even picks out my wine. He's like, does this bottle look nice? Yes, honey, that bottle
so
looks
he's
nice.
okay with Tarantula being around. Like, your drunk alter ego.
For sure. Yeah, I always have a designated driver, which is quite nice. And then between the two of us, he's the doober. So he's what we call California sober.
Oh, okay.
That's
Is that what they call
That's the professional term for it.
Basically, you add California anything and it makes it a little bit more awesome, like a California burrito. You had French fries. And now
yeah.
there's California sober
chicken
involved.
sandwich, you add a avocado.
So California sober is weed and French fries, I'd hope.
Yeah, weed and French fries for sure. But I know quite a few people that alcohol can't be in their lives.
He's just like, I can't do it.
Weed's okay.
But that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for him, man. Yeah.
What about your wife?
I mean, she makes the meanest sourdough bread on this side of the Mississippi, I think, right?
Oh, well, you gave me a loaf on Friday.
I mean, I could go with the serious thing of she's an incredible mom. Like anything that anyone has anything great to say about our kid and how well behaved she is. I mean, I owe it all to my wife, and there's no joke. Like I think I'm a good dad. She's an incredible mom.
Aww.
Like I think she just goes next level. And I every day I see that how good our kid is and how lucky I am. And I'm like, and I tell her that I'm like, this is because of you. Like I think our kid would be a problem child if I was handling most of the day-to-day operations. But in my eyes, more importantly, is her delicious sourdough bread that she recently just became obsessed with. And it's amazing.
I've been the recipient of now 2 loaves.
Yes.
And I brought one home on Friday.
Danny, you're going to love this. She's texting me all weekend about my wife's bread.
First, my parents came over on, I think it was, maybe that was Saturday night. My parents were over, and they both had a slice of your wife's sourdough and loved it. And then the next morning, we had a sleepover with the little cousins. So there were 3 kids, ages 5 and under, and Brad had to make a quick run to the store because we didn't have milk, and the kids wanted Swedish pancakes. So while Brad was running to the store for a milk run, I started toasting up sourdough slices, and they were ravenous. And we probably went through 5 slices. I think they ate between 3 of them, 5 slices of sourdough. And if they each didn't have an equal number of like pieces, because I was cutting it into like quarters, if there wasn't equal, they were like throwing at one point, Barrett walked upstairs crying.
She's sending me pictures of all this too. All this is all going on like real time. I'm showing it to my wife. My wife's like, this is amazing.
I mean, your wife has the greatest sourdough bread.
Oh, you expect some more sourdough in your hands sometime soon, I think. You've earned it. You've deserved it.
Josh in Tacoma, your partner speaks 3 languages and is a world traveler.
Yeah, she's pretty impressive. Anytime I travel with her, I just kind of sit back and feel like the idiot, and she does all the speaking for me.
What are the 3 languages?
Well, she speaks English, of course, and then she speaks fluent Portuguese and Spanish.
Wow. So now this is a stupid question. Do Portuguese and Spanish have some similarities in the...
Yeah, there are similarities, which is why she's so good in crossing them. She actually lived in Mozambique for 2 years, and she learned fluent Portuguese. Wow. And then from there, she just picked up Spanish because of the relative comparisons and easiness with them.
Oh, that's cheating. That doesn't count then. I'm kidding.
So with all the travel that you guys have done, what's been for you the most special trip or the most memorable trip?
Honestly, when about 6 months ago, we went to Peru for 2 weeks, and we did a 5-day hiking trip up to Machu Picchu, and it was a life-changing experience.
Did you get to pet any llamas?
I did. I bought some llama gear, bought some alpaca gear, got all the good stuff, and great trip.
What does that mean that you bought some llama gear? Like, did they have merchandise they sell?
Alpaca. Yeah, no, they like the shirts and the jackets and the hats. It's some of the softest material you can buy, and it's just amazing to as far as gear.
Oh, I thought like the llama had like its own little stand and it was like selling shirts or something. Like you can't. I was like, I don't understand what's going on here.
But I don't know.
That too. Yeah, well, if you try to barter with them, they spit on you, so you got to be careful.
That happens at Tacoma when I try and barter with people as well. So
I have a couple of hats that are made from alpaca. Hair. Is llama hair as soft as alpaca hair?
If I remember correctly, alpaca is softer, and baby alpaca is like the softest you can get.
City folks just don't get it.
I don't want to. I'm just picturing some guy having to shave baby alpacas.
I love that. That's the part that got you going. I'm still just impressed about the language part. Like I always think about that. You ever think about like getting like Rosetta Stone and saying, I'm going to learn a new language? And then I realized I'm not going to learn a new language. I always say I'm going to read audiobooks, and I stop after a couple of chapters. You think I'm going to actually learn like Japanese?
Don't they say like they can, teach you a language? What is it? What's that one app? Not Babbel. What's the other one I'm thinking of?
Not Rosetta Stone?
Oh, there's another one I can't think of right now. But anyway, that they can like teach you a new language within like a couple of months.
I feel like there's some small print or fine print because there's no guarantee.
No.
Because I don't think I'm capable of learning another language.
I'm not very studious.
I'm having a hard enough time with English.
Well, Steve, you're pretty good at beat Migs.
Well, that's useless trivia.
Rockaholics, if you would like to try and beat Steve, you can give us a call right now, 206-803-ROCK. He is 31-12, and 2?
Oh, crap. That's right. I tied this morning.
In 2024, 206-803-ROCK. We're going to play Beat Migs at 8:50.
The Daily Migs Show. Love the flexibility of working in all sorts of places? Well, working on the go seamlessly requires a strong network like T-Mobile. We have America's largest 5G network, so whether you're on a video call at the park or uploading large files at the coffee shop, we have the 5G speed you need. Whatever takes you on the go, T-Mobile's got you covered. Find out more at T-Mobile.com/network today.
Coverage not available in some areas. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Celebrate and save at Ashley's Anniversary Sale. With Hot Buys, your choice of colors starting at just $3.99. Ashley Sleep mattresses starting at $2.50. Plus, receive a free adjustable base with select mattress purchases. And shop top mattress brands like Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, Purple, and Beautyrest Black with 60-month special financing. Only at Ashley. Subject to credit approval. No minimum purchase required. Minimum monthly payment, down payment, tax, and delivery may be required. See store for details.
Over 13,000 people in the Seattle area are homeless. Brian is helping to make a difference through Seattle's Union Gospel Mission.
I was addicted to meth, sleeping in my car, and I couldn't take it anymore. I got off drugs, earned a bachelor's degree in theology, and I've almost completed a master's in counseling. Today, I'm the director of outreach at the mission.
And grace will lead me home.
To hear more, volunteer, or donate, visit UGM.org.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who's ready to beat Migs? I know Alan from Seattle is. Alan, are you there?
I'm ready.
I'm Sarah, your host, and it's time for you to get out of here, Steve.
See ya.
Alan sounds like a winner to me.
Yes, we're rooting for you. For those playing at home, Alan has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What actor recently pleaded not guilty to a manslaughter charge in the filming of the movie Rust?
Alec Baldwin.
Yes. Which is the only vowel on a standard keyboard that is not on the top line of letters?
U.
No.
A.
Yes. What English rock band headlined the Super Bowl in 2010?
The Rolling Stones.
No.
Pass.
Where does Peter Pan live?
Never mind.
Yes. How many claws does a domestic cat usually have?
5.
No.
6.
No.
4.
No. In the TV show Breaking Bad, what is the name of Walter White's alter ego?
Heisenberg.
Yes. Which girl group gave us the hits Waterfalls and No Scrubs?
TLC.
Yes. How many blank tiles are there in Scrabble?
10.
No.
12.
No.
15.
No. Hot dogs are said to have originated in what country?
America.
No.
Germany.
Yes. Which planet has the shortest orbit?
Mercury.
Yes. And with that, you get 7 correct, Alan.
My man.
Yeah, that's pretty dang good. I feel like Steve might know one or two that he didn't, but maybe it'll be the other way around too. So hopefully not another tie.
Oh, great.
Oh,
Karen's got the
Steve.
look.
I'm believing in Alan right now.
I know you're giving me that look
Thoroughly.
like you are so dumb.
Steve, are you ready? Yes. What actor recently pleaded not guilty to a manslaughter charge in the filming of the movie Rust?
Alec Baldwin.
Yes. Which is the only vowel on a standard keyboard that is not on the top line of letters?
And go why?
No.
You?
No.
I.
No. What English rock band headlined the Super Bowl in 2010?
You too.
No.
Coldplay?
No.
English rock band. Oasis?
No. Where does Peter Pan live?
He lives in Tukwila.
No.
He lives in Puyallup.
No.
He lives in Neverland.
No.
The Neverland Forest.
How many claws does a domestic cat usually have?
Claws? 5?
No.
6?
No.
4?
No. In the TV show Breaking Bad, what is the name of Walter White's alter ego?
Heisenberg.
Yes. Which girl group gave us the hits Waterfalls and No Scrubs?
TLC.
Correct. How many blank tiles are there in Scrabble?
Rest in peace, Left Eye. 4?
No.
5?
No.
8?
No. Hot dogs are said to have originated in what country?
Canada.
No.
America?
No. Wow, Steve.
Not good.
You got 3 correct, which is a big loss. 7-3.
Oh, yeah.
I had way more faith in you, Steve. I'm so sorry, Alan, because you killed it.
I'm not sorry. You're welcome, Steve.
Yeah, baby.
Thanks, Alan.
And you said Never Neverland. It was just Neverland.
Oh.
So maybe you got 4. I don't know. I don't want to get it to you.
Wouldn't have mattered.
It really wouldn't have.
It would have. It would have changed the entire trajectory course of this entire game.
Oh, really? Because you didn't know the only vowel on a standard keyboard that is not on the top line of letters is A?
You know, I was going to guess that. And I was like, there's no way it's A.
Well, it is.
Yeah.
What English rock band headlined the Super Bowl in 2010? Does anyone know?
No idea.
You too. I guess you too.
And I would have guessed Rolling Stones, and that's what Alan guessed.
The Who.
The Who.
There we go.
Yeah. I knew all my guesses were wrong, but I could not think of any other artists.
You couldn't.
No.
How many claws does a domestic cat usually have?
Is it saying like on total
All of them.
So is it 10?
No.
Is it 12?
It's 18.
18?
They got a lot of claws.
That's scary.
And I think you and Alan were both thinking I just meant like one paw.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I meant.
And then I guess 4 because I was like, maybe this is a trick question and claws are just paws. So I was like, well, does they have 4 of them? I don't know.
That's not.
That's how my brain. That's how my brain was working at that point. I'm like, I don't know anymore.
I'm bad at this game.
There are only 2 blank tiles in the game of Scrabble.
Really?
I don't remember the last time I ever played Scrabble. It has to be over 20 years.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I bet you'll play it with Tatum when our kids are starting to read and stuff. I feel like Scrabble will be a good game for our kids to learn.
All right.
Educational.
I don't think you two, no offense, would be good at Scrabble or teaching your kids.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you know what we're going to do at Chuck E. Cheese? We're going to have a crazy game of Scrabble. It's going to be a Scrabble tournament. And Sarah, I'm going to whoop ass.
Karen, we want people to come to this party. I don't know if Scrabble is the way to get people to
have
show
a real
up.
intense Scrabble tournament.
Definitely not. And hot dogs, one that he did correct that you didn't.
Germany?
Yes. So you would have done a little better, but still wouldn't have
Frankfurt.
won.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, that's a solid. Yeah. I did not do well. Not every game's going to be a great game.
Clearly.
Hey, there's always tomorrow, Steve. One of the biggest fast food spots is giving you a chance to win burgers for a year and a car. We're going to tell you what's going on with that after Pearl Jam.
The Daily Migs Show. The Daily Migs Show.
Steve Migs, McDonald's has announced a new sweepstakes where they're offering free burgers for a year.
Oh, man. 20-something-year-old Steve would make them go broke for doing that.
Well, it's a little specific. It's 2 $8 burgers per week, which makes the total value at $832 over the course of the entire year.
What do I gotta do?
It's part of their new promotion, hotter, juicier, tastier burgers.
Okay.
But if you win, you can actually swap out the burger for something else. So in my case, since I've never had a Whopper, wait, is that the... No,
Big Mac. You're
Excuse
thinking
me.
Big Macs.
God, I haven't had a Whopper. I have never had a Big Mac. I'm a chicken McYum-Yums girl.
What is Chicken McYum-Yums?
Chicken nuggets.
Oh, okay. Is that what Barry calls them?
That's what
Chicken
I call them.
McYum-Yums?
Chicken McYum-Yums.
What's your sauce of choice?
Barbecue all the way.
I don't understand everybody that doesn't use sweet and sour sauce, to be honest with you.
I mean, when I was a child, I liked sweet and sour for a little while, but now
Says
I'm
the
a
person who
barbecue.
just referred to it as Chicken McYum-Yums. You're going to try to make me feel bad for picking sweet and sour sauce?
I wish it came in a cereal box and I could just shake it out onto a plate and dip it in barbecue sauce.
You mentioned the Big Mac. So I don't know if you guys have heard what's going on with McDonald's now. They have the double Big Mac. What? It's double the meat, so it's 4 patties instead of 2. I only know this because over the weekend we went to Portland with a few of my buddies. We went down to go do a wrestling event, and we were all working as wrestlers and doing our thing over at DOA Pro Wrestling. But when we got in there, I got in the car, and one of my buddies was just like, hey, on the way home, we're stopping at McDonald's. I was like, all right, we always end up stopping somewhere to get some food or get some whatever. We get lunch on the way there and then food on the way back. It's kind of the fun of the trip is, you're just hanging out, just doing whatever. I was like, all right, oddly specific, but sure. His reason was he needed to try the double Big Mac. So show ends. We're back on the road. We get back into Washington. We pull off and go to some McDonald's over there. And he's about to order it. The other 2 guys had no intentions of it, but just because of how fired up he was, they're like, we're going to get it too. And me being the plant-based weirdo doesn't eat any meat. So I'm like, I'll just hang out. I already got my food. I'll just watch you guys do your thing, whatever. So they all order the double Big Macs. And I tell you, man, out of context, this conversation was one of the funniest things on the way back because they get them and like, there's a lot of meat. And I was like, yeah, well, it's a double of what you were going to get. And then one of them's trying to eat. He goes, I don't think my jaw can open this wide for this meat. Like, excuse me? Wow. And then the other guy's like, yeah, man, I don't know if my mouth is big enough to handle this. And I'm just like, what is happening?
This is a great commercial for McDonald's.
But they all had nothing but great things to say. They thought it was delicious, but apparently it's a lot of meat.
It's a lot of meat.
It's a lot of meat to put in your
jaw.
Yeah.
Well, if you're interested in this contest McDonald's has, you can head to spothamburglar.com and you can fill out an entry form. They're selecting 4 winners at the end of February to win this. What is it? 2 burgers per week, $8. I don't know if that covers the double Big Mac or not. Is a double Big Mac more than $8?
Dude, everything's more than $8 now at fast food places. That's like the harshest reality is every once in a while, you go and you're like, I'll get this. It's only going to be a few bucks. It's like, okay, that's going to be $9. I'm like, no, I didn't want the meal. I just wanted the sandwich. And they're like, no, that is it. If you want the meal, it's like $15 or $16.
Well, what's even cooler than this, in my opinion, is the side promotion that's going on where if you spot the Hamburglers getaway car.
What?
Yeah. And it's a custom 1970 Plymouth Barracuda. And they're calling it the Burger Cuda. And if you look it up, it is the sexiest car. Somebody's getting laid in that car for sure.
Well, probably, Grimace, I'd imagine. Does it have like the Hamburglar logo on it?
It has.
Or a McDonald's logo? Or is
it has McDonald's on it. And then I think on the license plate, it says it looks like Rebel.
Oh, it's like a very, very little text. It says McDonald's right next to one of the headlight, the driver's side headlight.
But it is sexy.
It's a nice looking car.
It is a very cool car. So
do you get to get
the
Burger
Cuda?
Can you get the costume too?
I would hope so.
Because I would only drive in that then.
The Burger Cuda is going to be driving coast to coast, and if you spot it, you can scan the vehicle's code on your phone and be rewarded with an Arch card plus some Hamburglar-inspired swag.
Somebody's upset. They said, how dare you say sweet and sour or barbecue is the best dipping sauce? Hot mustard all the way. Go F yourself, basically.
Well, you're all wrong. It's ranch.
Ranch?
Oh. Yeah, the ranch is the best.
Sarah, what about you?
Oh, can I hop fast food places and do some Chick-fil-A sauce?
That's basically. Are you going Polynesian?
Yeah,
that's sweet and sour. Yeah, buddy.
Wait, so is the hot mustard an offering at McDonald's? How many sauces do they have?
They got now the buffalo sauce. So if you want to make it kind of like like that kind of style, I guess hot mustard. I know barbecue exists. I know now ranch exists as well.
Yeah, ranch is the only thing that's in my eyes, so I have no idea.
You guys, I've been one of those crazy people at McDonald's that asks for a certain number of sauces for my nuggets, and then I drive around the corner and realize they shorted me one, and then I go back through the drive-thru, and I'm like, excuse me.
I don't blame
Excuse
you.
me, I asked for 3 sauces, and I only got 2 sauces.
Back when I was getting like McDonald's a lot, that would make me almost want to go full on like road rage. Like if I got home and I went in my bag and I'm like, I'm so excited to eat these chicken nuggets and there's no sauce in there, or any fast food place. It doesn't have to just be McDonald's. Like I love the chicken tenders or the chicken nuggets over at Burger King as well. And if there's no sauce, I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do with these now?
Well, also when they short you a
just use
sauce,
ketchup in your refrigerator. That's not the same.
I would not. That's like sacrilege. But then the one time I went back through to be mad about being shorted one sauce, and I got to the window and I was ready to be like, hey, have you ever counted before, or is this your first day? I was ready to rage, and the guy's like, hey, we accidentally made an extra McFlurry. Would you like a free Oreo McFlurry? And I was like, yes.
You guys are the best.
So then I got my third sauce because I needed 3 sauces and my McFlurry.
How many nuggets are you getting when you need 3 sauces?
Well, now they just do the 10-piece. I think 3 is the right amount for 10 pieces.
Wow.
Is that a lot?
I think I could get by just fine on 2.
Yeah, 2.
With 10 pieces?
And I'm a sauce guy. Like, I don't go light on my sauce. I dip them.
Oh, I get in there. Oh, but also here's the other thing. I like to dip my fries in the sauce too. I like to dip my fries in the barbecue.
Well, you should pay extra for that.
Well, I will. If you want to charge me 25 cents, I will gladly pay it. Just put it in the damn bag.
Another person, hot mustard all the day.
See,
okay.
I'm not seeing hot mustard on the site, though. I see tangy barbecue.
Honey mustard now. That's what someone says.
Yeah, honey mustard, honey, sweet and sour, creamy ranch, spicy buffalo, and then they have tartar sauce.
I like the person like honey mustard, you donkeys, but we're not the ones who thought. It's the texture that started it, buddy.
Also, why are we donkeys?
Well, I play hockey with the Tacoma donkeys,
It's
so
true.
I guess you guys just guilt by association.
Well, apparently we don't know our sauces very well, but Rockaholics, we want to know how well you think you know music. How well do you know music? Do you think you could name a song after only hearing 1 second of the chorus? If so, you might win concert tickets. 206-803-ROCK. We're going to play Hook or Shook at 9:20.
The Daly Migs Show.
Celebrate and save at Ashley's Anniversary Sale. With Hot Buys, your choice of colors starting at just $3.99. Ashley Sleep mattresses starting at $2.50. Plus, receive a free adjustable base with select mattress purchases. And shop top mattress brands like Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, Purple, and Beautyrest Black with 60-month special financing. Only at Ashley. Subject to credit approval. No minimum purchase required. Minimum monthly payment, down payment, tax, and delivery may be required. See store for details.
Love the flexibility of working in all sorts of places? Well, working on the go seamlessly requires a strong network like T-Mobile. We have America's largest 5G network, so whether you're on a video call at the park or uploading large files at the coffee shop, we have the 5G speed you need. Whatever takes you on the go, T-Mobile's got you covered. Find out more at T-Mobile.com/network today.
Coverage not available in some areas. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Oh, should we start this show?
Yeah, I'm down. Just buying a car on Carvana first.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it's super convenient. I already got pre-qualified in 2 minutes. All I had to do is answer a few questions.
Ooh, that's helpful.
And now just customizing my down and monthly payments.
Ooh, that's a very fair deal.
Yep. Boom. Just bought a car. And you get to take me to the Carvana vending machine in a couple days to pick it up.
Ooh. I'm kind of busy.
Visit Carvana.com to finance your next car.
Financing subject to credit approval.
Over 13,000 people in the Seattle area are homeless. Brian is helping to make a difference through Seattle's Union Gospel Mission.
I was addicted to meth, sleeping in my car, and I couldn't take it anymore. I got off drugs, earned a bachelor's degree in theology, and I've almost completed a master's in counseling. Today, I'm the director of outreach at the mission.
And grace will lead me home.
To hear more, volunteer, or donate, visit ugm.org.
The Daily Migs Show presents the Extreme Music Showdown. Let's play Hook or Shook. Please sign this waiver before we continue. Thank you. We'll drop a 1-second snippet of the hook of a song. If you can't name the song, watch out. You're gonna get shook.
It is time to play the game Hook or Shook on the Daily Migs Show. And this week we are playing for Beartooth tickets.
Nice.
Beartooth are going to be at Showbox Soto on February 27th. I got to see them in Vegas about a year and a half ago, and they blew my mind.
I hear their live show is just incredible.
Crazy amounts of energy. And Jake from JBLM is the one playing for those tickets today. Good morning, Jake.
Morning.
So you have to get both songs right to win. The first one is totally on you. The second one, a member of our show at random has to get it right for you. If you don't get it right, you're going to have to give those tickets up to caller number 9. So let's see who you are playing with today. Will it be me, Migs, or Sarah?
Goes the digital wheel. Taryn.
Oh,
Sarah. Oh, right in the middle on Sarah's name. No dispute. I'm sorry. Sorry, Jake.
Well, here we go.
Here we go.
All right, song number 1.
Ooh. What are you thinking, Jake? You want to hear it again?
Yes, please. One more time. Does it come down the mountain?
No. Cherry pie, baby.
Oh, Florence.
Sorry, Jake.
No, you're right. It is Warrants. Jake, there's really no shame in not knowing a Warrant song.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Well, thanks for playing, Jake. It will be caller number 9, though, that gets those tickets. 206-803-ROCK.
Oh, I thought you were going to let it keep going. I was feeling that song. Probably back to being a teenager, seeing them live at the Meadowlands. All right, they called it the Meadowlands.
Wait, that's the one you said when you were... Did you go with a friend?
Yeah, in my teenage years.
Yes.
Yeah. My buddy Tom Congdon. We went to all the shows together.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And did you love that music video?
Oh, I loved everything about Warrant. I loved all that hair metal crap.
You know what's funny is
I say crap affectionately.
I never knew that Warrant did that song. Like, I didn't even know Warrant was a band. I just heard that song, and I always just thought it was like the follow-up to Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Whenever I hear the song now, though, it's fun. It's around that time, so I can understand they both are great songs at strip clubs.
Sure.
But whenever I hear that song now, I think about Janie Lane. Do you know the behind the music on that band was pretty rough. Like that guy, and I don't think he's no longer with us. I think he had a massive alcohol issue and some other substance problems as well. But he could never get past the fact that became their biggest hit. Like he hated the song. Oh. He wanted to kind of become a respectable band. And I think that song was written in minutes when the label was just like, hey, we don't hear a hit on this record. And so they kind of begrudgingly went back in the studio and almost jokingly made this song that became what everyone knows Warrant for, and he never recovered from it. It's an insane story. Just like he just wanted to be a respected artist, and when you have a song called Cherry Pie and then the music video, it was a tough hill to climb.
I believe it.
Yeah. I still hear the song and I get fired up though.
Yeah, you were just fired up right now.
No.
Steve had a glimmer of love in his eye for whoever was starring as Cherry Pie.
Oh, what was her name? Bobby Brown.
Oh,
how do I know this?
She was smoking hot.
Yes. And the slice of cherry pie, the actual, it landed in her lap.
Oh, who's going to clean up that mess?
Teenage Steve is ready, willing, and able, and not being contacted.
Well, if we've talked about something this morning that you want to talk about, Rockaholics, please give us a call now, 206-803-ROCK. We're going to check in with the Rockaholics after Radiohead.
The Daily Migs Show.
Throughout the morning, we have received calls and texts from you, the Rockaholics, that we have not yet had a chance to chat about, but we want to talk to you right now. So give us a call if you want to chime in about anything that we chatted about this morning or anything that's on your mind. 206-803-ROCK. Earlier, we were talking about things we, brag about our spouses, our partners for. Your wife is our sourdough dealer. That's pretty cool.
She makes the best sourdough bread.
This is a fact.
I don't have any point of reference to compare it to anyone else's because I don't know anyone else who's ever made sourdough bread. But in a sea of one, she's number one.
I love that. And Joe Dredd in Seattle, you brag that your wife can communicate with spirits.
She certainly can. So when I first started dating, she I think within the first month she dropped that little interesting fact to me. And I didn't blow it off. I'm like, well, that's cool, It's like, but I think I needed some proof. So I took her to this bar that a friend of mine was working at. And my friend and everybody else that worked there knew that there was a ghost in the storeroom. So I took her down there. We were just hanging out. And she sees the open door to the storeroom. She points at it. She goes, there's somebody in there. And I go, what do you mean there's somebody in there? She goes, there's a ghost in there. And I go, is it a friendly ghost? She goes, oh, yeah, he's just like hanging out. He's not causing any problems. And I go, the funny thing is, I don't know for the past 10 years there's a ghost in there, and I never told you that. So that tells me you're not giving me a lot of crap, that you're the real deal. And since then, she's actually went to our friends' houses that think that they had spirits, and she's actually helped to move these spirits out of our friends' places.
What's her tactic to get them spirits out? Does she just insult them until they want to leave, or is there is there a certain way to get that? That's fascinating to me.
Well, she had learned. She actually took some classes from somebody on how to
communicate with them to help them cross over. So she goes in and says, hey, I know you feel like you're stuck here, but I can help you move on if you would like that. And if they say, yes, I would like that. So whatever she does, I don't know how she does it, but she helps them to cross over and move on.
And now they're moving into Steve's house.
No, nothing come over, please.
And here's the funny thing, though. She tells me that when I go out to a bar, when people go out to a bar and you've been drinking, that when you're a little inebriated, it's really easy for spirits to latch onto you and for you to bring them home. And last weekend, I woke up on Sunday, and she's like, yeah, you brought home some spirits last night, and I've been running around trying to get rid of them.
And now you have spirit syphilis.
Better than syphilis herpes.
So is she's like a spirit travel agent in a sense? Like, I could get you out of this place and put you somewhere. Have you ever gone to a party, you and her, and the minute she walks in, she's like, let's just go. This is not cool.
Oh, we did that at there's this place in White Center, a bowling alley called Roxy Lanes, and they have a card room. And we went into the card room because I wanted to sit down and play some poker. And she pulls me. She's like, no, there's some bad JoJo or Juju here. We need to leave. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to listen to you.
Yeah, no thanks to that. Thanks, Joe.
I would abuse that power if I just went to like a family, like a party with my wife, and I was like not feeling. I'm like, the spirits are telling us we got to get out of here. She's like, no, you're just not happy to be at this party.
It's not paranormal activity. It's you.
Somebody speaking of all that, on Friday we spoke with Joe Diamond, America's greatest mind reader, and someone said that any of you happen to catch Joe Diamond on the C-Dub. I did. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
I meant to, and I haven't gotten around to it. I have like a bunch of things on my DVR, and I haven't made it happen.
I totally did. And it was funny because I didn't actually catch I don't watch the CW. I don't even know what channel the CW is.
Anytime I have to go to the CW, I have to go onto my Xfinity remote and just say CW because I have no idea what channel it is either.
Yeah, but he posted the full clip on his social medias, and I watched the whole thing. It was a good 10-minute clip, and it was cool, especially just because we had talked to him that morning, and then we had seen him at one of our radio conventions, and it was cool to see him like achieve his dreams. And he told the story on our show and then on that show too about how many times he's tried out for Fool Us.
How did they react when he said he tried out that many times?
They made fun of him. Brooke Burke pretty much made fun of him. It was like, hopefully you can do it this time, But yeah, I mean, they were really cool. He had them up on stage. He had Penn and Teller up on stage with him since it was a card trick, and it was cool to see him do his like little street magic on them.
He did a really amazing mind reading activity with Steve on Friday. If you didn't get to check it out on Friday, it's on the Odyssey app, AUDACY.
Also check all of our socials at Daly Migs because we had the video of him figuring it all out.
It was wild.
Spoiler alert. So if anyone did he fool them? He did not. It's got to be hard to fool Penn and Teller. They probably have seen and done every kind of trick in the book. So I mean, you have to come up with something completely brand new for them to not be able to figure it out.
What a brilliant idea for a show, though. Just because at that point, it is one of those things where you think that for the majority of magicians, they're not going to fool them. But then when you get that one, it's like, oh, man, and they can't figure it out. Like, wow.
Well, what if he's not going to try and go back and fool him another time?
He should.
70 attempts later.
I'm rooting for you,
Hell
Joe
yeah,
Diamond.
That's awesome, man. Shout out to Joe Diamond for making that happen, though. That was a lifelong goal of his, so that's pretty badass.
Well, how is it possible that a guy got into Disney World for only $8? Last time I went, it did not cost that.
You can't even buy anything.
No!
I don't think you can sip off the water fountain for $8.
We're going to tell you all about it at 9:50.
The Daily Migs Show.
A guy found a ticket booklet from the year 1978 for Walt Disney World that was just sitting there collecting dust. He originally purchased it for $8, and it didn't have an expiration date.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I would be thinking then, I think what you're about to say is, can I get in with this ticket? If there's no expiration date, they should have to honor it, right?
My favorite thing, though, is that he just got on a plane and flew to Orlando to see if it would work. He didn't call customer service. He didn't check a hotline.
Well, no, then if he did, there might be some kind of record of that. And they're like, look, man, we know someone, just go in there and be like, look, it says no expiration date. I shouldn't have to check.
So it's all well documented on TikTok. He showed up. It did work. They gave him a one-day ticket, which today would be worth $164.
Yeah, I was about to say, I wonder what his plane ticket was. His plane ticket might have been cheaper to go than it was. That's probably how he figured it all in his head. He's like, $8 for this ticket, X amount of dollars for the flight. I mean, I'm saving money at this point.
So this booklet...
That's Disney math.
Disney math. And the booklet was from 1978. I just want to go over some other cheapy price things with you really quick.
Okay.
Okay. In the year 1978, KISW had a Rising Stars show with the Talking Heads. The tickets were $2 at the Paramount.
Well, that's $2 more than I'd be willing to spend.
Also in 1978.
I was never
get
a
this.
Talking Heads fan.
I am a Talking Heads fan.
I could
How
tell by the
dare
look
you.
that you just gave me.
Sammy Hagar, also in 1978, $1 at the Paramount.
What's the cheapest concert you ever went to? Of a band or an event of notoriety? I bring this up because when I used to work at the end, we used to do like these concerts that were $1.07, and it was the Mighty Mighty Bosstones, which are one of my all-time favorite bands. I used to love that band, and I saw them for like $1.07 at the Crocodile.
That's insane.
Our Lady Peace did one as well, and I thought those that's a forever memory. Like, how cool is that?
Also on this list for $1, you could have seen the Ramones in 1978, Elvis Costello for $1, Dickie Betts for $2, Patti Smith for $2.
I got one for you.
Okay.
Which I know you're going to roll your eyes at, but Simple Plan, I saw them for free. Yeah, right. So they used to do these things at UNM called UNM Fiestas, and they got Simple Plan one year, and it was free for all. And it was free for all students, but they just kind of opened the doors, and everyone. I remember,
like, screw it, whoever wants to come in, get in here.
Yeah, I was in high school at the time, and we went and saw Simple Plan for free, and it was like what? And it was like when they were kind of at their peak, and I was like, what is happening?
Free is the best price. It really is.
Someone just said, who wants to go to Disney World by themselves? Honestly, I would do that in a heartbeat.
Yep.
You don't have to wait for anybody to go to the bathroom.
It's more fun, obviously, you go with someone that you care about or your friend. But I would still have a blast at Disney because I would just be going online and getting those single rider lines. I'd probably get through more attractions that way than if I had a kid and a wife with me.
You would actually maximize your time.
Yes.
You really would.
Right.
Well, imagine winning 3 Grammys only to be arrested before you could even attend the party last night. We're going to tell you what happened after Nirvana.
The Daily Migs Show. Knowledge is power. So give us 5-ish minutes and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daily Migs Download.
AKA the DMD.
Here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
And we are beyond lucky today, Rockaholics, to be joined by one Ryan Castle.
I was on my way to the bathroom, so thought I'd swing by.
Glad we ran into you out there.
Hashtag blessed once again. Hey, the DMD is brought to you by Palace Law. And hey, how about this? It was 7 years ago today on this date that the Falcons blew their 28-3 lead against the Patriots to lose the Super Bowl.
That was impressive.
And also 10 years ago today, we all froze our behinds up because today was the 10-year anniversary of the Super Bowl parade for the Seattle Seahawks.
I remember my sister and I clutched each other for warmth.
And happy 20th birthday. Well, it was yesterday, so belated happy birthday to Facebook.
Wow.
20 years ago yesterday, our worlds were changed.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Still can't drink, though.
20 years of ruining everything.
Yeah, here's to 20 more.
Yeah.
Hey, the 66 Grammy Awards they happened last night. Taylor Swift won a record 4th Album of the Year Grammy. Miley Cyrus, she won a couple of awards. Also looked great when she performed.
Dude, that hair was awesome.
It was big.
As my wife said, it looked like she just got electrocuted.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I thought she looked phenomenal. Performances were great. For me, the highlight was seeing Tracy Chapman and Luke Combs do Fast Car.
Yeah, didn't they do that at one of the country shows, too? I feel like they just did that.
Really?
Maybe
well, that's not nearly as cool then.
Yeah, I feel like they just did that. I don't know.
Oh, that's a bummer now.
Nice, great original
Take
idea,
back
guys.
everything that I was thinking. I thought it was the first time they did it. I thought it was pretty cool. Hey, Metallica won a Grammy for Best Metal Performance with their 72 Seasons. And
that's only because Jethro Tull didn't have an album this year, right?
Right? I mean, geez. They beat out, I think, like Olivia Rodrigo, which I thought was the strangest thing that she was even in the rock. She was in the rock category. The performances were super fun. I thought they did a really good job. But yeah, it wasn't really all about rock music. That's for sure. For sure.
Well, another fun development from the Grammys last night. Rapper Killer Mike, also known as Michael Render, was escorted out in handcuffs after allegedly physically having an altercation with one of the security guards at the arena. And that's worth the price of admission right there. Apparently, he won 3 awards earlier in the night, which is very strange to me that he would get to that level of fighting somebody. He won Best Rap Song, Best Rap Performance, and Best Rap Album, and then got arrested.
He lost on the worst way to handle security at a Grammy. Imagine winning a few Grammys and then getting kicked out before you could even go.
I have a feeling it started something like, don't you know who I am?
Right. He probably didn't have his Grammy in his hand at the time.
Exactly.
Also getting kicked out over the weekend yesterday as well. Apparently, you remember adult film star Lisa Ann? She also does a podcast now. I think I got sports one that's pretty popular.
Not familiar.
I don't know.
She was Sarah Palin in Nailin' Palin.
Whoa. Whoa.
You guys don't remember that great movie?
I do not. Cinematic masterpiece?
Well, she went to a Matt Rife comedy show at Radio City Music Hall, and I guess they asked people, hey, do not open up your cell phones, do not look at your cell phones, and she did just that, and then they kicked her out because she was drunk, acting a little disorderly as well. Apparently, her and Matt Rife, they used to do a radio show or a podcast together, never met in person. That last night was supposed to be that night or the night before, and, well, that didn't happen.
Too bad.
I wouldn't know anything about pornography or being drunk in public. So.
No, Ryan is a squeaky clean citizen.
Speaking of squeaky clean.
Yeah, speaking of squeaky clean citizens, Patrick Mahomes Sr., father of Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, was arrested for driving while intoxicated in Texas just a week before the Super Bowl, and this is his third arrest on DWI charges.
Dude.
So he is having a $10,000 bond set, and they're not sure if he's going to be able to attend the Super Bowl.
I don't think he's going to.
I don't think his son
honestly,
wants him there, probably.
Yeah, if I'm Patrick Mahomes, I'd be like, Dad, stay home.
Get it together. Can't you afford an Uber at that point?
You're Patrick Mahomes' son, dad. Yeah.
It's very sad. Very sad.
Hey, for Seahawks fans, so great news. You know, we got that brand new coach, Mike McDonald. He's super young. He's 36-year-old. Some people are like, dude, he needs some experience with him as well. I mean, you just need to have more veteran leadership and more veteran coaching as well. Well, they did just that, and a lot of people are calling it a home run pickup for the Seahawks. Leslie Frazier, former Buffalo Bills defensive coordinator. He's coached before as well for many years. In fact, 25 years of coaching experience. A lot of teams did want him. He chose the Seahawks because, well, Mike McDonald. He says he's worked with him before and he just loves the dude. So that's very exciting. As far as weather, we're going to high of 47. It's going to rain today thanks to SeattleBoatShow.com for giving us a Daily Migs download. And that's what's up.
Ryan Castle is up next with your morning 12 pack.
Daily Migs Show.
Celebrate and save at Ashley's Anniversary Sale. With Hot Buys, your choice of colors starting at just $3.99. Ashley Sleep mattresses starting at $2.50. Plus, receive a free adjustable base with select mattress purchases. And shop top mattress brands like Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, Purple, and Beautyrest Black with 60-month special financing. Only at Ashley. Subject to credit approval. No minimum purchase required. Minimum monthly payment, down payment, tax, and delivery may be required. See store for details.
Love the flexibility of working in all sorts of places? Well, working on the go seamlessly requires a strong network like T-Mobile. We have America's largest 5G network, so whether you're on a video call at the park or uploading large files at a coffee shop, we have the 5G speed you need. Whatever takes you on the go, T-Mobile's got you covered. Find out more at T-Mobile.com/network today.
Coverage not available in some areas. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
You've probably heard about generative artificial intelligence, but are you vigilant to its exploitability? Generative AI is shaping society and transforming our daily lives. While we want to embrace the potential, we must also set the standards for responsible use and safeguard the future of our digital world. HackerOne employs over 750 active ethical hackers that specialize in prompt hacking and other AI security and testing. The creative approach taken by a diverse pool of ethical hackers is the best way to discover vulnerabilities. When launching new AI deployments, let HackerOne's AI red teaming address the novel challenges of AI safety and security for your business. AI innovation can only be effective if models are tested for safety and security issues that could cause harm. Make sure your AI models and deployments can't be tricked into providing information beyond their intended use, and that security flaws can't be exploited to access confidential data or systems with HackerOne. Learn more about our AI red teaming today at hackerone.com/AI.